Paul Newman's half Jewish, Goldie Hawn's half too. Put them together, what a fine-looking Jew. You don't need Deck the Halls or Jingle Bell Rock, 'cause you can spin a dreidel with Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock, both Jewish. Put on your yarmulke, it's time for Hanukkah. The owner of the Seattle Supersonicas celebrates Hanukkah. O.J. Simpson, not a Jew. But guess who is? Hall of Famer Rod Carew. He converted. We got Ann Landers and her sister, dear Abby. Harrison Ford's a quarter Jewish, not too shabby. Some people think that Ebenezer Scrooge is. Well, he's not, but guess who is? All Three Stooges. So many Jews are in showbiz. Tom Cruise isn't, but I heard his agent is. Tell your friend Veronica, it's time to celebrate Hanukkah. Oh, boy, get a harmonica on this lovely, lovely Hanukkah. So drink your gin and tonica and smoke your marijuana if you really, really wanna. Happy, 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 happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah indeed. All right, welcome into the zone on a fantastic Thursday. I'm still trying to get my days straight because I missed Monday, so I'm not quite on task yet. But anyway, it's great to be with you on this momentous day here. It is the 7th of December. It is also Pearl Harbor Day, and I just got back from spending a little time at Pearl Harbor. So today is one to remember for sure, and obviously to all of our, as I mentioned in the morning show, to all of our Jewish listeners, we certainly appreciate you all year long, and wish you a happy Hanukkah. Good start to the Festival of Lights today. I hope it gets off to a good start. The NFL's not helping out because they're giving you an absolute crap game today to watch. But, Wes, you know what I always say? There are no bad games, there are only bad bets. So there's an opportunity to make a little money tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to get on it. Under 30.
I like that.
Lowest total in NFL history.
Well,
and didn't we see that in college football earlier this year? The lowest college total, and it went under with Iowa?
We call it the Iowa principle, or the Hawkeye principle if you prefer. It is two terrible offenses going at it, and I like the under, too.
And they're good defenses.
Yes.
So it's a good combination for a low-scoring game.
We have an incredibly busy day today. I was just thinking, too, as I was listening to Adam Sandler's classic. By the way, there have been two, not one, but two updates to that song since then. How many people that were mentioned in that song are dead now, including the Seattle Supersonicas? I mean, it is remarkable, and luckily he's done some updates because that one is a little out of date at this point, but it's still catchy.
Does he say the Oklahoma City Thunder?
Oh.
Owner is it Jewish or not? So.
Yeah, I don't know.
I doubt he is.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, we'll play the other ones later in the show. We also are going to try to get to a what the hell segment we couldn't get to yesterday. That's what I'm doing now. I'm just like rolling over bits. So we're just going to make it work today. We've also got Devo Davis at 10:30. That's just a few minutes from now, thanks to Gwatney Chevrolet. Richard Davenport at 10:45. Got the Red White Report. That's brought to you by Big O Tires at 11. At 11:10, we got Quinn Grovey talking about bowl games, SEC, Arkansas. Landon Jackson coming back.
That's good.
I did not expect that. You want to do an I did not see that coming?
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
There have been rumors out there, some talk out there that he was leaning towards coming back, so that was refreshing.
It's surprising, isn't it?
Yeah,
because I mean, after the Alabama game, there was talk about a late first round grade.
Yeah.
Well, he had like 3 sacks in that game.
He did.
He had 6.5 the entire year.
Well, but Mel Kiper does this for a living, and he had him as a late first rounder. So I don't know. I'm happy. I was overjoyed when I saw it.
Yeah.
Drew Sanders, he went 3rd round last year.
That sounds right.
Is it? I was thinking 2nd round, but it could have been 3rd.
I think it was early 3rd. We all think he's considerably better than. No slide at Landon, but he had a considerably better season, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could see him certainly falling to the 3rd or 4th.
Well, maybe he can help himself coming back this year.
No doubt. I mean, think of the progress or the jump that he made from last season to this season. If he can make another jump like that and maybe double-digit sacks and, Yeah, maybe he is a first-round pick.
Well, we got to know him a little bit on the morning show, too, so hopefully he'll be able to return and do that again because he's seems like a fine, upstanding man. I imagine he'll be one of our featured guests, hopefully. We'll certainly ask nicely at our kickoff event.
Countdown to kickoff? He'd be a great guest.
He'd be fantastic. Quinn Grovey, brought to you by Bell and Sward. We'll talk to him about that. Also, Dr. O'Malley from UAMS Orthopedics at 11:30. Pressing sports injuries, boys?
I mean, there's a whole host of quarterbacks. I mean, you can start with Trevor Lawrence, the ankle injury he had the other night.
Yep.
Just a sprained ankle, thankfully. That's
guess we
all
could
it
talk about-
was.
Wasn't it a high ankle sprain?
Trevin Brazil. We talked to him.
Yep. Same thing.
Speaking of ankles.
Yeah, what's worse, a quarterback with it or a power forward?
6'10"
It's
guy.
got to be basketball.
I would think so, too. All the jumping, cutting.
That, and if you're real tall, I wonder if it matters. Or maybe weight. Like if you're... You don't see linemen get ankle injuries.
They
It
have
doesn't happen too often.
They have those big old thick ankles.
I
Unless
guess.
somebody
It's hard to
rolls
get
up on
those to roll over.
Cankles?
Cankles, yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's the tall, slim. My ankles were terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. I mean, I still will roll an ankle just walking in the grass.
You don't
know?
do
I'll
ankle?
Step a little hole. They've gotten better since doing a lot of leg work.
Yep.
Yeah, they've gotten stronger.
No doubt. Same. I rolled over mine once real bad, and it hasn't ever really been right since.
You know, people were giving Trevor Lawrence a lot of grief because the way he reacted was like season-ending injury, and maybe something was broken. Guys, to me, one of the worst pains is rolling your ankle severely.
Yes.
I mean, when that thing flops over, it's excruciating.
No, I've almost passed out a couple of
Yes.
times with ankle
Well,
injuries.
I've heard that like high ankle sprain specifically is worse than a break.
Like Mahomes' injury last
Year.
year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
He was
incredible.
very brave for coming back.
He really was.
Stunning and brave.
He is. I mean, look, he's like, look, either I can play or I've got to sit up there in the booth with Brittany. He's like, I'm playing. I don't
Well,
care
now
how
he'd
bad
sit
my
up there
ankle
with
is.
Taylor too. So
That's
man.
true. That's different. Mayor Scott's going to join us today, too, and we'll talk to him about a few different things. The first thing on my list here is a thing called Capitol Con, which I wasn't familiar with. And there are a few different things they're doing there. I thought it was like a nerd thing, like Comic Con.
Comic-Con.
Yeah.
It's not that.
Oh, it's not.
No.
Is it like
no.
a political nerd thing?
No, it's like it's some sort of like financial awareness, financial teaching. I don't know exactly all the details. He'll fill
Like a
us in.
financing advice?
Yeah, panel discussion, games, virtual reality, live entertainment, all intended for participants to excel at the game of life through financial literacy. That's the word I'm looking for, literacy.
Well, I've played Wife quite a few times. I think I'm pretty decent at it.
I suck.
The board game.
I mean, that game is so annoying, and it's the end of it's so dumb.
Should I go to college or
I mean,
should I just go straight into the
Life is so
workforce?
dumb, and it's really like real life, though. It's like at the end of it, you just spin the wheel, and you're like, okay, am I going to be a millionaire or not? Should I go for
Get a
tycoon?
good retirement home?
It's so dumb. The whole game is like you could just play. It's like the Champ. You can just watch the end of the Champ and cry. You don't have to watch the whole movie. You just go to the end of the Life game and it's like, okay, am I a billionaire or not? Nope. Sucks. But I got a bunch of pink kids in my car. Great. Anyway, the budget's also been adopted, so we'll talk about that. And I think that's it. Tonight we've got the event over at the Busker. That is Christmas karaoke. Some of the Buzz's talented singers and some of the other Buzz employees will also be there tonight. And Christian is one of the talented singers on our staff. He will be there, I assume.
Yeah.
You and John going to duet it again?
I'm not sure if I'll do it this year.
You know, you're really a solo act. You're too good to be. I mean, John's solid, but he really is
So
not
if-
up to your level.
John has the confidence, but not necessarily the talent. And I have the talent, and I don't have the confidence.
Maybe you guys should have a kid together.
Yeah.
Could be the next Beyonce.
should.
Yeah, be impressive. So I'm looking forward to being there. I'm going to go there after the Little Rock UCA game tonight. I did talk Steve-O into doing post-game for me, so I will be back in
nice.
time to sing a song.
Is that at the Jack or at the Ferris?
It's at the Ferris Center, unfortunately, so it's a little bit further away, but I'll be there. I'll drive fast. I'll get there quick. I'll drive like normal. I'll get there quick.
There are a lot of people talking about this game. There's a little excitement around Little Rock and UCA.
According to my friends at Oaklawn, I woke up to this. Zach had sent it to me. Little Rock is about a 7.5-point favorite.
It's gone down.
2?
Yeah, 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just looking a few minutes ago, and I'll let it update. 6.
It's really impressive what Coach Walker has done this year. K.K. Robinson, their leading scorer, has gone down with an injury. He's out for a few weeks. And they've won 3 games in a row, including a win over an Arkansas State team that's scuffling a little bit right now. I don't know what's going on with them. I thought they were going to be really tough to deal with. We are all excited about seeing Darian Ford in his college career, but they have been struggling a little bit of late.
Well, and they had injuries against Alabama and sickness, so they weren't full.
Well, I didn't expect him to play with
Health.
Alabama, but some of the other games.
Little Rock has found another point guard while KK's been out. And he was playing a little bit kind of off guard. I can't think of his name offhand. But the dude's been balling the last 3 games.
Yep.
And it's created a nice problem for when KK comes back in a couple of weeks.
Should get Ray Tucker on, get a scout on them. I'll talk to him tonight. Anyway, I'm looking forward to it. 6:30 tip at the Ferris if you're looking for some in-state hoops. Razorbacks are back on the court not until Saturday against Tulsa. Arkansas women tonight against La Tech at home. And the volleyball team's in the news, too.
This afternoon.
Yeah, they're playing in Wisconsin.
Nebraska.
I thought it was Wisconsin.
I thought it was Nebraska.
I thought it was, too, but then I looked at it again, and I thought it was – I could
Maybe
be wrong.
I was wrong, but
You
I
might
thought
be
it was
right.
Nebraska. They're playing Kentucky today. They've already played Kentucky twice, and Kentucky is –
you know what? I didn't hit return, so Madison was on the same line, yes. They are playing in Lincoln.
Okay.
Against
good.
Kentucky. That sucks. You got to play an in-conference team. Nebraska and Georgia Tech's the other side of that regional. Madison is they're playing Penn State and Purdue, and you don't care about the other teams anyway. I mean, I don't even know if you care about Arkansas volleyball. Some people would tell me that nobody cares about anything except for men's football or football and men's basketball, but I don't believe that.
It'd be a great story to knock off Kentucky, who won a national championship in volleyball just a couple of years ago.
Why do you know that?
My daughter plays volleyball, and we watched it.
You watched the national championship a couple of years ago?
Yeah, it was fun.
Interesting.
It was fun, and it was one of those like I didn't know Kentucky was good at volleyball. You think of some certain teams that are good, and Kentucky's not one of them. And I was like, wow.
I don't think of any teams that are good because I have no idea who's good at volleyball because I don't
Like
follow
the
college
Pac-12,
volleyball.
Texas, Pac-12 teams are usually
Texas.
pretty good.
Yeah, Texas is pretty good at everything except for football previously until recently. So
And basketball. They kind of underperform in basketball until recently, too.
Last night they got blown out by Marquette.
Marquette's good.
yeah, Marquette's really good.
I like
That's a good
Oso Ighodaro.
Marquette's played some absolute battles. They just lost to Wisconsin the other day, I saw.
Yeah.
But they have been battle tested already.
Mm-hmm.
I like Marquette a lot.
I do too. I
I
like
think
Shaka a
UConn's
lot.
the team to beat in college basketball still, though.
UConn. Interesting.
Even though they lost to Kansas last week.
Not according to the odds makers, they're not. What do you think about the Wildcats? Have you watched any of them?
Arizona?
Yeah, that's right.
They're really good, but they've been really good the past few years, and they still got beaten by, like, Princeton in the first round. So.
Who's their coach now? Sean Miller's not there anymore.
No, he was at Gonzaga, but now Tommy Floyd. Tommy Floyd's his name.
Okay. Well, the Cats are doing well. They're perfect against the spread this year, too.
Yeah.
Little nugget for you, Christian. That's what I do. I provide nuggets. Let's see what else I got here.
Purdue's still the favorite to win the national championship at Oakland.
No.
Yeah.
Purdue, then Kansas, then UConn.
All right. I had something else I was going to mention. I don't know. Anyway, Busker tonight. Sunday, don't forget, we've got the Dodgeball Santa event. It's at the Little Rock Tech Park parking lot. It's the corner of 4th and Main, across from Samantha's, across from the old KTV building. And we still have room for a team or two. You can go to dodgeballsanta.com. There's links to all this at 1037thebuzz.com, of course. It's $100 a team. It's a blast. It's 6 people. It's dodgeball. It's double elimination. It's a great way to spend a Sunday. You got brewskis right across the street for the after party or in between games if you need to grab a cold beverage or a bite to eat. Speaking of, I went to the new location in North Little Rock, and they did a brilliant job remaking the old Fox and Hound location into the new brewskis. It is fantastic. Really beautiful. And they've got a couple new menu items, too. They have this like jalapeno popper dip. I don't know that it may not be a new item, but I'd never had it before, and I've been to Brewski's about 117 times. It is fantastic. It was the biggest hit of the night. So if you're looking for a place to watch sports in North Little Rock, today is the official grand opening. And so if you're looking for a spot, it's right there in Lakewood. Really good location, very convenient, and they did a brilliant job remaking that location. So kudos to Brad McCray and the team, and I hope you can get over there soon.
Zone question of the day, recaps from yesterday, and then our one today.
Talk to me.
Which non-playoff SEC bowl game is the most compelling? Georgia, Florida State won at 56%. Ohio State and Missouri, 32%. Ole Miss, Penn State, 10%, and then Tennessee, Iowa got 2% of the vote there.
I'm excited about the different styles with Iowa, Tennessee.
Yeah. But we like offense, and I don't see a whole lot of offense in that game. Tennessee's been shut down offensively by good defensive teams, and Iowa's one of the best defensive teams. I think they'll be shut down. That's an under for me, easily. I don't know what it is, and I really don't care what it is.
It's high for Iowa. It's like 36.
Oh, yeah, they ain't in that.
Okay.
Our other question of the day was it a travel or not? Giannis's one dribble from basically the other three-point line.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, 77% of voters said it was a travel. I think in real time, it'd be hard to call it. But if you slow it down, then yeah, I can see it.
Okay. That's very magnanimous of you. I know you wanted it to not be a travel.
But also, people don't understand the rules. So when you gather the ball, you get steps. When you do a push dribble, you get steps. When you gather the ball again, you get steps. So, yeah, it's close. But
Okay. What's the question today?
our question of the day today is, who should win the NFL MVP? Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts, or a non-quarterback? So far, non-quarterback is winning at 39%.
I think people are tired of quarterbacks winning. It is such a long shot, though, I would
It's
think.
basically the Heisman. I mean, it's like, just pick the best quarterback.
If you're starting a team, though, you always want to start with a quarterback. If you're starting with a
It's the most
non-quarterback,
important.
who's the first person you would take?
Like in the NFL, like
Yeah.
he's the first person.
Yeah, you can have anybody you want. Micah Parsons.
Parsons.
I knew you were going to say that. I mean, you could make an argument for McCaffrey. You could certainly make an argument for Tyreek because he's done what he's done in two different places.
It's just, with running backs becoming devalued.
Yeah, but they're not.
You got to have a guy like a McCaffrey that can catch it out of the backfield also. That's more than just a hand it off to guy.
Yeah, they're super valuable when you can do what he can do.
I mean, I watch Kamara all the time. I
Yep.
think he is a fantastic running back because of what he can do with the ball in his hands out in the flat.
Yep. Concur.
It's hard to turn down a great defensive player.
Okay, well, listen. A quarterback's going to win it. So which quarterback do you like the most? I know you like Dak the most,
Well,
but do you think Dak is the most deserving?
I think Purdy's got great talent surrounding him.
Yep.
And I don't know that he's even the MVP of his team, so I'll throw him out. Jalen Hurts has been hurt. He is hurt, and so he's not having quite the same year.
I think it's hard to not argue that Purdy's the MVP of his team.
Man,
On
They're
offense.
not the same team without Devo.
True.
Yeah, and that was proven when he was out. That's when they struggled.
Yeah, but who's more replaceable?
Probably because they have a good backup running back. What is that, Mitchell, that comes in and runs
Yeah,
it from
I think
time to
so.
time? He's good.
Debo's great.
But and Ayuk had some really good games while he was out, but wasn't enough. So your point, when Purdy goes out, they're in trouble.
Who's their backup anyway? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he played. What was his?
Forgot his name.
I know this. If he's not playing or Dak isn't playing, they're not winning. And I don't know who the backup is in Philly, but I'm assuming that they're not going to win without.
Yeah, it's Marcus
It's,
Mariota.
Mariota, yeah.
He's for sure not going to win without Jalen Hurts. You better keep him healthy. Christian, you don't think Hurts should be in the conversation?
I mean, he's certainly in the conversation, but I wouldn't vote for him because and it's just statistical. I look at his stats and I'm not that impressed. And they always make it total touchdowns because they're like, oh, he doesn't have that many passing touchdowns. Let's combine the touchdowns.
But the 2010 thing is unique. It's only happened with one other player in more than one season.
I take away that one because when you get carried into the end zone, basically,
Yeah, he
it's
just
a
gets-
tidal
he gets
wave.
That's
Come
his highlight
on.
reel is getting pushed into the end zone over
Yeah.
and over again. It's not like he's running for 20 yards into the end zone. He's getting pushed.
He scored Sunday, and his feet weren't on the ground. He literally rode the wave for 3 yards into the end zone.
Not every quarterback can do that.
Really? You can't take a snap and take a step and let him pick you up and push you into the end zone?
He's holding on to the ball the whole time.
Yeah, good
that's
job.
hard.
Yeah.
They're going to take this tush push away from him. He's going to become,
Below average?
yeah,
Okay.
well, not below average, but
Well, they should make him the MVP this year then, because this may be his last crack at it if they're going to change the rule. Also, special game ball today to Caitlin Clark, who hit the 3,000-point mark last night. Unfortunately, she did it against Iowa State, which I did not care for. But it was
really
fun.
walked into the Iowa State women's basketball team.
They're actually they've been really good. They were ranked most of the year last year. When we were at Brewski's last night, we were watching it. And, I mean, it was kind of entertaining because she's pulling up from 30 feet like it ain't no thing.
Yeah.
Well,
she
yeah,
didn't
I mean,
care. She had 32 points or something last night.
If she's playing, then people watch. I mean, people watch women's college basketball.
She is worth watching.
Yeah.
She's fun to watch. I've not watched LSU play. I would like to see what they look like.
Reese is back, right?
I don't know. I haven't heard.
I thought she was.
But I want to see how the Louisville transfer is melding in.
Van Liff.
Yeah. Haley with that crew. And I have not watched South Carolina, but I'm going to follow them. I still think they're a heck of a value. You get 5-1 at Oakland on South Carolina's women right now. I think that's kooky. Quick call from JW. If you want to join us, 661-1037. You can hit us up on our Southern Structural Solutions text line, same number. And our live fan feedback is sponsored by our friends down in Hot Springs at the Gangster Museum of America and the Hattery. JW, what's up?
Man, Wes, man of culture, I'll be watching some volleyball too, brother. I'll be watching.
They appreciate great athleticism.
They're very talented.
Yes, man. Yes. I got two questions. One is I called yesterday and asked Christian, but why is Green's NIL deal $200,000 more than at Rocket setting at 70? Did that have something with him having to leave?
This is projections at On3. They're projections for how much somebody's going to be worth in NIL, by the way.
Yeah, it's like $200,000. And Rocket being the better back, I would think. But I just want to know what that was. And Bobby Petrino and a lot of other schools are trying to get this Holy Cross kid. Now,
I've heard about him.
Can you tell me about this? Huh?
I've heard about him. I haven't looked too much into him, though.
A lot of big, like Michigan, like a big lot of schools are, and Bobby Petrino seems to be having the head lead on this kid. Can you tell me a little bit about him, and can you tell me, is he going to be ready for the SEC? I'm not trying to take anything away from Holy Cross, but it is a big step up in the SEC with facing different kind of defenses. And I'll hang up and listen. I'm going to go back to my volleyball and listen to y'all.
Good man. Where was the running back at Missouri from?
D2.
Where? What school was that? I heard him talking about it on the morning show yesterday.
I don't remember.
It's
either.
where is it Jenna Fisher? One of the people from The Office went there. To the same school. Carson Newman? That sound like something? I think that's right.
So Matt Solka has passed for 5,896 yards, 59 touchdowns against 15 interceptions the past 4 seasons. He's rushed for 3,579 yards and 38 touchdowns.
This is the Holy Cross quarterback?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Holy Cross.
The other notable programs recruiting Sluka are Baylor, Duke, Kansas, LSU, Miami, Mississippi State, Texas A&M, Utah, Vanderbilt, and Washington State.
Wow.
I meant to ask JW, but he hung up too fast, if his opinion on next year had changed because of the hiring of
it
Petrino.
has.
And I
Dude.
assumed it had, but I wanted to hear from him.
It was a different guy that called in last week.
Yeah, he
it
was
was
so
amazing.
positive.
I'm not surprised.
Well, it's like, of course, you were in California and Hawaii, so you didn't really miss the show.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
One bit.
But
But I saw the social media. I assumed that there was a lot of positive reaction.
on Monday, everybody was like, "Oh, we're screwed next year. This is going to be terrible." And then once Bobby Petrino was hired, it was 180. Everybody was so positive about next
wild.
year.
One day, 24 hours.
Think about it. Take another week off. Something else good will happen. We got to hit a break. It's
If
10:31.
something as good as that would happen,
Yeah,
get out of here.
no doubt. I got 2 more weeks left. Devo Davis will join us on the other side. Thank you, Gwatney Chevrolet. Speaking of, our good friends out there are awaiting your arrival. We talked to James yesterday. They seem to be in very good spirits. They have lots of cars on the lot. They are ready to sell them to you. All you have to do is show up out there. Great financing options. And whether you want big or small, they got you covered. Trax, Sparks, Rogues, all very affordable right now. Smaller vehicles, but they've got the big ones. You want to go out and get a Suburban? Get a Tahoe? Maybe a Traverse? Or an Equinox? Kind of a mid-size SUV?
You like that Traverse.
I love the Traverse. I love the Blazer, though. I drove the Blazer. I had a black Blazer for a while with everything on it. Heated seats, cooled seats, heated steering wheel. Shut up, Pigskin. I don't care. I like heated steering wheel. Once you have it, you don't want to go back. You can live without it. You don't have to. I mean, I can live without a turning signal, but I like it. I love the toys, man. Backup camera, forget about it. It's beautiful.
Do you start the car before you get in it in the winter?
Yes, that's a good question. If you have
First day.
remote start, my dad, I remember, did not have a remote start in his car, and he went to a place and they put it in for him.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, they have aftermarket.
Well, I guess I knew you could do that, but I've never heard anybody do it.
Pretty standard now. Well, you don't know Frank. Well, you do a little bit. He's soft.
At Bakery.
He loves his remote start, man. I don't think he'll definitely never have a car with that one again. And most of the new vehicles have them now, but the heated seats, I'd say the cooled seats don't sleep. I use cooled seats even in the wintertime. I like to keep my backside cool, Wes.
Especially on long road trips.
I got a hot backside. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, all the options, great financing, great selection. And I mean, just a lot full of goodin' out at Gwatney Chevrolet. Go by and see him. And thanks to them, we'll talk to Devo on the other side.
I want to spread the news that if it feels it's good getting used.
Join Kevin McPherson, Arkansas's premier basketball recruiting analyst, each Friday on Drive Time Sports. Brought to you by Fence Brokers. Fence Brokers, going the extra mile.
This is SportsCenter.
A huge trade in Major League Baseball last night. The New York Yankees are acquiring outfielder Juan Soto from the San Diego Padres in a 7-player trade. The Yankees are also receiving outfielder Trent Grisham. San Diego is set to receive right-handers Michael King and Johnny Brito, as well as Randy Vasquez. They're also getting pitching prospects Drew Thorpe and catcher Kyle Higashioka. The Yankees also just traded for Red Sox outfielder Alex Verdugo in exchange for 3 pitchers. The Yankees will be Juan Soto's third team. He started off with the Washington Nationals, where he won the 2019 World Series. He was then traded to the San Diego Padres back in 2022. Last season, Soto played in 162 games. He hit .275 with a .410 on-base percentage. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Brandon Moving and Storage has served Central Arkansas since 1965 and continues to provide professional service, local reliability, and community investment. We provide residential and commercial moves, local, national, and international service, commercial warehousing and distribution, unpacking services, and custom packing and crating. Let Central Arkansas's trusted Beacons agent help you with your next move. Brandon Moving and Storage. You make a move, we make it easy.
Your husband is pretty handy to have around. He makes the world's best mac and cheese. He's in the Tickle Monster Hall of Fame. And he can teach anyone how to throw strikes. But a busted pipe and a basement full of water?
Honey, I think we need a plumber.
Is a little out of his league. That's where a homeowner's policy from Shelter Insurance comes in handy. We'll help get your house back in order and your husband back to what he does best.
See Shelter agents Brian Kress or Caleb Green in North Little Rock, or in Brinkley, see agent Hunter Cornelison.
'Twas the month of Christmas, and the fat man had a bone to pick. A peculiar problem for old Saint Nick. All his elves had lost their ways, because instead of toys, everyone wanted new Hyundais. Santa nearly went insane over the getaway sales event at Chris Crane. But when he saw the SUVs of Hyundai, Santa declared, I too shall upgrade my sleigh. So if you hear a rumble in the night with a sleek new Hyundai in sight, just know it's Santa on his way in a new Palisade from Chris Crane Hyundai.
At Edwards Food Giant, they know your family is important, and they also know that your time and convenience is as well. So why not take advantage of their heat and eat items in their deli department? Those famous Edwards Food Giant signature dishes with many of the same entrees and recipes that are served daily in the hot bar, all ready to take home and serve to your family tonight. This week's special is shepherd's pie for only $7.49 per pound, with Edwards signature peach cobbler for $5.49 per pound.
From the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio, you're in the zone. Want to get into the show? Call or text 661-1037 or leave a message on our live fan feedback. Now, let's get back into the zone.
In a room full of dimes, you would be $100 if being fine was a crime. Girl, they lock your little fine up in the tower. The way you move like you do, ooh, it's like you do it for a living. Do a little spin, do it again. Look like you're playing for the win. Oh, baby, I'm trying to roll, I'm trying to ride, I'm trying to float, I'm trying to glide. No, don't be shy, just take my hand and hold on tight. Oh, skate to me, baby, skate, slide your way on.
Paging Mr. Davis. Mr. Devo Davis. Paging Mr. Davis. We're trying to run Devo down, and we will.
Today's Thursday.
Right.
They wouldn't travel to Tulsa until tomorrow.
Correct.
Practice, maybe?
They wouldn't even need to get travel to Tulsa until Saturday, really. I mean, they'll go tomorrow, though.
Yeah, got to have a shoot around Friday night.
I went to that game last year. It was fun. It's a good setting.
I think it's going to be a good game.
It was more Razorback fans than Oklahoma fans last year.
Yeah, for some reason, Oklahoma's not drawing. I saw that tweet that even though they're ranked this year, they're undefeated. They had a good opponent last night before last, Providence.
Wasn't it?
And it wasn't like a packed out, sold out crowd.
Didn't Porter, wasn't he quoted last year talking about the support?
Yeah.
I remember that. It's starting to ring a bell. Anyway, segment's brought to you in part by our friends at Cash. Making lunch plans? Head on over. Downtown on the River Market. Cash, Little Rock. Online, CACHE, littlerock.com. And if you have a special gathering that is coming up, you know the place. It's cash downtown Little Rock. And you can rent one of their spaces and have the soiree of your life. I mean, it's going to be the best of all time. Hey, free valet parking, too. Outstanding. Great variety of the menu. Casual or a little more fine dining. They are kind of everything to everyone, which is great. And locally owned. The bio room holds up to 30 people in a fun contemporary setting. And then upstairs, you got up to 150 comfortably. That inside-outside space, fantastic. And if you are looking for a place to have a party, you know it. It's Cash in Little Rock. That ain't the one. Yeah.
That's weird.
It's probably this one. That's why. Swap a daisy. Anyway, give them a holler if you need a space for your next party. And if you want to squeeze in a holiday party, but maybe you got a wedding rehearsal or a wedding reception or something like that. Perfect. Okay, so we'll talk to Devo at some point. Christian's going to get a hold of him. I have no doubt in my mind. Join us at 661-1037. This is from our live fan feedback through our Listen Live button. It is brought to you by the Gangster Museum of America down in Hot Springs and the Hattery. I'm kind of a Hogs junkie, says Rick. I was watching DVH's fall recap press conference last week. It was on the day after the Petrino hiring and, of course, the week of the Duke game. Made me think how great we have it when it comes to coaches on the Hill right now. We need to appreciate the current era we're in for Hog sports, both men and women. Indeed. Hope you are.
And there were people upset with Hunter Yurchek last week.
Yeah, it's amazing how much of a genius he became overnight.
Was Monday and Tuesday, people doubting him, and all of a sudden Wednesday, he's a genius. He's back in the good graces, although I would love to know how little he had to do with this.
Well,
Petrino.
You had to sign off on it. You had to get it approved. I mean, there had to be a couple of hoops to jump through. I don't know if we'll ever know all the details.
I know it had to go to the president and the chancellor. They signed off on it.
Well, if it didn't get past the AD, it would have never gone that far.
Yep.
Because he could have said, listen, you can have anybody you want, but you can't have him.
Not this guy.
And thank God he didn't do that.
Yep.
Anyway, basketball this weekend. It's a big opportunity for Arkansas. Their net ranking is not very good.
111?
That sounds right. Go ahead.
Wow, that was yesterday. That was a big topic of discussion for Coach Musselman.
Yeah, I mean, you guys don't want my reaction, and it's way too early. So to me, it's irrelevant. You know, we have a whole SEC schedule. It's going to determine a lot for a lot of us, just as all of anybody that we've played. I mean, once you get into conference play, it is what it is. You know, we have a game Saturday. That's really all we should focus on. I mean, people start talking about March Madness, and it's, well, I don't know what it is, December 5th or 6th or something like that. And people, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen. So it's, you know, gives you guys something to talk about and gives something for me to be in a bad mood about.
You better get your act together there, Coach. Don't make it all about us. We're not the one with the 111 ranking. We're ranked 110 in radio shows. So
this weekend's a huge opportunity, you know. If you're unhappy with that net ranking, go win, beat Oklahoma, neutral site court, and that net ranking will improve.
And if you lose to them, doesn't hurt you.
No.
It's good to play these teams. We always talk about that. It's good to play the teams.
Oh, that was one of the big things. By playing some of those games in the Bahamas, they learned a lot about themselves and started trying to improve some of their issues. We saw that against Duke at the end of the game. When Duke started pressing and trapping, that was the first thing. I mean, Musselman's at the end of the court where they're storming the court, and he's being interviewed by the reporter seconds after the game, and that's what he wanted to talk about. We're going to have to work on breaking the press, the trap at the end of the game. This is going to happen again. So that's another, that's a positive that came out of playing Duke besides just winning. You learn about your team and how to improve your team before conference play begins.
Having Brazil would be nice this weekend, but I think we're all probably of the opinion that it's very much up in the air at best.
Unless he can get Patrick Mahomes' doctors, and then he'll be all right.
Severe sprain, will not participate in anything that we do today. Possibility of him going on an underwater treadmill to walk. So not a glowing report. It wasn't something that he just woke up the next day and felt fine. Still got some more days before we play, but unable to shoot around or anything today.
Well, you get rested up there, TB. Get ready for
Conference
Hopefully
play.
Saturday. I was thinking Saturday. Okay. They got a lot of games for conference play.
I think they got 4 more.
Yeah.
So that's the key. You got to get him back for conference.
They're
play.
still playing a team that beat Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
Is it
UNCW?
Wilmington, Asheville, one of those? Greensboro? They already played UNCG.
Yeah.
UNCG, UNCW, UNCA, UNCC.
UNC.
UNC State.
Going through the...
This will be the third UNC team they play.
They trying to become the champions of the
UNC?
Well, they
Tar
already
Heel
lost.
State?
They lost to 2, so they can't really.
Oh, it's unfortunate. Well, they beat Duke, right?
Yeah, but
what are the odds you beat Duke and lose to UNC Greensboro?
Ugh.
It's weird.
On your home court.
Yeah.
In the span of 2 weeks.
Pretty wild.
College basketball.
Musselman basketball for sure. But to his point, catch me in February. Let's see how we're looking. Be a little different animal. 10:45. We'll keep chasing Mr. Davis. He's been so far elusive and coming off some good performances of late. 10:45.
8 assists, no turnovers.
Yeah, very impressive.
Yeah.
Richard Davenport, not so elusive. Him I can run down.
If you're paying over 8% interest on your auto loans.
And we'll talk to him on the other side of the break. Thank you, Wes.
Contact True Service Community Federal Credit Union. They may be able to lower your rate and your payment. They could possibly knock a year off your note. Give them a shot. See what they can do for you. You can also upgrade your home with a True Service Home Equity Loan. Kitchen remodel, custom shower, new windows. How about a new pool? Get one of the lowest interest rates in the nation with the True Service Visa Platinum Card. They offer no transfer fees, no over-limit fees, and no annual fees. Easy to become a member, not like the old days where you had to be grandfathered in. True Service has 3 locations in Little Rock. They're by the Butcher Shop. In North Little Rock, they're on JFK. They're also on the campus of Hendrix College. You can apply online at trueservice.net. Get pre-approved today.
You see, the hood's been good to me ever since I was a lowercase G, but now I'm a big G. The girls say I got the money.
Did you know Arch Marine is the kayak leader in Central Arkansas? Right now, get 20% off all feel-free kayaks. All the prices are falling on kayaks this month. Don't forget, we repair ATVs. Your granddaddy trusted Arch Marine, and so can you.
The king of Arkansas sports talk, Randy Rainwater for Bet Saracen.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Oh, baby! Arkansas, the wait is over. Brewski's North is officially open in Lakewood Village. Doors open at 11 a.m. with all your favorite pub grub and happy hour drink specials. Come get your grub on with the all-new Smash Burger lineup. The best wings in the city with 11 different sauces. Or try the new additions to the menu like the spicy Asian chicken salad. Live music starts your weekend on Thursdays with karaoke Friday and Saturday. Brewski's North now open in Lakewood Village. Brewski's, your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
A motorcycle seems pretty simple. It has one engine, 2 wheels, and plenty of attitude. But you crash one of these babies, and things get complicated quick. That's when you need these guys.
At Rainwater Holt in Sexton, we keep it simple. When the insurance company tries to pay you less, we fight to get you more.
No hassle, no confusing legal terms, and no fee unless we get money for you.
Keep it simple. Call Rainwater, Holt, and Sexton. Motorcycle crash, anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888. Non-lawyer spokesperson.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
Coach Nolan Richardson joins Randy and Rick every Thursday for Rollin' with Nolan, presented by Slim Chickens of Central Arkansas. There are a lot of places to get chicken, but there's only one Slim's. It's Rollin' with Nolan, Thursday at 6 on 103.7 The Buzz.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring, where you can pick your payment. Get 0% interest for 12, 24, or 36 months, and River City Flooring in Maumelle is where you'll save 50% on all in-stock waterproof LVP flooring. And did you know River City Flooring carries cabinets? So stop in and let my friends at River City Flooring help you with your remodel. Kitchen, bath, living, dining, they do it all. Check out River City Flooring in Maumelle at their huge new showroom on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430.
I'm Rex Nelson. As a native Arkansan, I take pride in our state's natural beauty. And as someone who has been in all 75 counties, I've seen how prevalent litter is across our state. It's time for people to clean up our state for those who live here and to enhance Arkansas's image for those wanting to visit. Let's clean up Arkansas. Visit KeepArkansasBeautiful.com to do your part and get involved.
This message brought to you by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission.
You're listening to The Zone with Justin Acree and Wes Moore in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio on the Buzz Radio Network.
Couple racks, ayy. Couple Grammys on him. Couple blacks, ayy. That's a fact, ayy. Throw it back, ayy. Throw it back, ayy. And this one is for the champion. Ain't lost since I began, yo. Funny how you said it was the end, yo. You know we did it again, yo. I told you long ago on the road, I got what they waiting for. Get your soul, just tell him I ain't laying low. You was never really rooting for me anyway. When I'm back up at the top, I want to hear you say, you don't run from nothing, dog. Get your soul, just tell him that the break is over. Need a couple number ones. Need a pack on every song. Need me like one with Nicky now. Tell her I see you, I'm a partner like Bieber,
All right, let's get to the phone line, 1050 on the Brandon Moving and Storage hotline. I had to think for a second. Did you guys change the hotline? No. Whew, I'm never going out of town again. It's too much to remember. Richard Davenport joining us from Whole Hog Sports and the Democrat Gazette. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Hey, not bad, guys. Not bad. Just, portal madness, but it'll be over hopefully in a couple of weeks.
It'll be over not soon enough for Richard, probably. We were all celebrating earlier the return of Landon Jackson. Were you surprised at all that he came back or is coming back?
Honestly, I've just been so focused on the portal and everything. I guess I'm not shocked at it, no. I tend to think that obviously his stock is pretty good right now, but another year in development. I think, you see guys usually at Arkansas, and, usually the fourth or fifth year, that's when you really see them have their best years, usually. Not always, but usually. And when you got as much talent as Landon and his development from last year to this year, as far as adding about 30 pounds, I can imagine what he'll be like next year, right at around 280, and just continuing that development. So, I expect him, obviously, to have a great year because of that.
Were there any portal surprises for you, guys that entered the portal from Arkansas?
Not exactly, no. I mean, obviously, you don't want to lose a Poop Hall or somebody like that, and Rocket Sanders, but you look at schools all over the country, starting quarterbacks, starters at other positions, leaving schools, NIL. I mean, I'm not saying NIL was the reason for Poop Hall or Rocket Sanders, but I tend to think that, at least you have to consider that. And it's like the coaches say, it's the wild, wild west, and schools are tampering and reaching out and saying, hey, I hear fairly often from people saying the schools were reaching out even before the portal was open. It's the NCAA obviously doesn't have a handle on this, so schools are just being just very upfront and approaching people long before the process starts, and the portal, which started officially on Monday. So nothing surprises me nowadays, to be honest with you.
RD, tell me about the HCQB and what chance BP has at getting him to Arkansas.
ARK.
Fill me in with those initials again.
That's the Holy Cross quarterback that apparently a lot of schools are on?
Yeah. I don't have a firm answer for you right now. I think there's
Give me a
several
soft one.
quarterbacks that they're. Huh?
I'll take a soft one.
Yeah, well, there's several quarterbacks that I think they're involved in, and the thing is, I mean, not only Arkansas, but I mean, when that portal officially opens on Monday, kids are getting bombarded by schools trying to get them to visit, and you have a very short window to convince them to come to Arkansas to visit, and it's an absolute madhouse. I mean, for the kids and the coaches involved. So don't really have a firm answer on him, to be honest with you, but obviously I'm aware of it.
I was very impressed with the Florida International wide receiver that played against Arkansas, and he entered the portal this week. Has Arkansas offered him?
Not that I'm aware of. Now, some kids announce offers, especially the portal guys. Guys in the portal versus high school guys are totally different when you reach out to them. High school guys usually are receptive to communicating with you. Portal guys, very few communicate with the media. Now they may throw out tweets about who's offered, but a lot of them don't. And so it's kind of hard to get a grasp exactly where Arkansas may be standing with some of these kids. But no, I'm with you 100%. That guy, he's a playmaker, and I would be shocked if Arkansas hasn't reached out to him yet.
When does the portal close?
It closes January the 2nd.
Oh, wow. Are there any names out there that Arkansas is on that you're excited about and feel like they have a good chance to get?
Well, Ethan Miner, a center from North Texas who played at Arkansas State for like 3 years and then transferred to North Texas. He's about 6'2", 6'3", about 290, 300. A guy that had a really good game when he was at Arkansas State against Ohio State. I think that's what kind of got him on the map with a lot of schools. I remember when they played Ohio State, talking about the Red Wolves and hearing how he did well. And at the time, I really didn't think much about it, but I was impressed. And then when he obviously entered his name in the portal and Arkansas was involved, I kind of remembered that. But he was visited by Coach Mateos yesterday, and was very impressed with him. He's visiting Mississippi State this weekend, plans to visit Arkansas. Well, he didn't say for sure, but he says likely will visit Arkansas next weekend. So he's a guy to keep an eye on. Several other offensive linemen that they're on too, but as far as confirmed visits, none right now. But I tend to think later today or tomorrow I'll have a better grasp of that.
Double R, just let me know. The Florida International receiver committed to Notre Dame.
Well, you got that. I'll be honest with you. I'm probably trying to follow about 50 different kids, and there are probably more, and it's kind of hard to have a grasp on everybody.
All right, how about
that's a good pickup?
In-state kids? There are a lot of people worried about Collins and then Crutchfield. What's the latest on those two guys?
I haven't heard anything that makes me think Collins is going anywhere but Arkansas. Now, could that change? Yeah, sure. But I tend to think I think he's going to end up being a Razorback. But again, in some of the things that we talked about in the last few minutes, anything can change, especially even in high school recruiting. Crutchfield, obviously, they visited him last week. Did an in-home visiting at the school and saw him get his All-American Bowl jersey, talking about Coach Pittman, Coach Petrino, and Coach Guyton. And he seemed to be impressed with Coach Petrino and his plans for him. He's planning to make an unofficial visit to Arkansas sometime this month or next month. He's going to delay his decision until February. He's going to look at some official visits to some schools, including possibly Missouri, Auburn, Ole Miss, several others. But that's where he stands right now.
Richard Davenport, Democrat Gazette and Whole Hog Sports. Thank you, sir. We'll catch up in a couple weeks.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Coming up, top of the hour. That was quick. Red White Report brought to you by Big O Tires. Quinn Grovey will join us. Thanks to Bell and Sward. Devo Davis at 12:30 today.
Okay.
Thanks to Gwatney Chevrolet.
Tune in on Thursday nights between 8 and 9:30 for the Between the Mats High School Football Show featuring Matt McJunkins, Matt Wilcox, and Thomas Thrash from Hooten's Football. You'll hear coaches' interviews, weekly top 10s, players of the week, and the Fan Interactive Pick'em Challenge, brought to you by American Safeguard Insurance, Collier Roofing, and Globe Life Liberty National, Everett and Associates.
Fence Brokers presents Razorback Graffiti every Monday morning. Call Morning Mayhem and let them know how you feel about how they did. One sentence and one sentence only.
From sales, service, parts, and rental equipment, River Valley Tractor does it all and does it right. Your leading Kubota dealer is right around the corner with 5 locations throughout Central Arkansas. River Valley Tractor, serving Central Arkansas in Bryant, Sherwood, Conway, Russellville, and Pine Bluff. Work smarter this year, not harder, with River Valley Tractor. Online at rivervalleytractor.com. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think.
More fun and games than an amusement park arcade. 103.7 The Buzz, KABZ, Little Rock. Buzz News with Channel 7's Cassandra Webb.
The Little Rock City Board of Directors has approved a new budget for next year. The new $257.5 million budget was approved Tuesday night. The biggest chunk is devoted to public safety, with the police and fire departments receiving a combined $152 million, an increase of $8 million over 2023. Police plan on investing in new equipment like cameras and $10,000 hiring incentives for new officers. Firefighter salaries will be boosted by an additional 1.75% this year, on top of the 6% increase they were given earlier this year. Only 3 days remain for participants to bring in gifts for the Salvation Army's Angel Tree program. The deadline is December 9th. The program helps provide Christmas gifts to kids who might not otherwise get them on Christmas. For a full list of gift drop-off locations, visit Salvation Army CAAC. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Cassandra Webb.
Brought to you by the Knights of Columbus, fraternal organization of Catholic men, who remind you to remember Christ and Christmas. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Knights of Columbus.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Mostly sunny skies again today, a little bit warmer at 64 and kind of breezy. Tonight slowed down to 46. Mid-60s on Friday with a little bit more cloud cover. Good rain chances still expected Saturday. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Good news from Benihana. It's time to think about holiday gift cards. Get a free $10 gift card with every $50 gift card purchase. Come see us.
Tap Time with Bryce Knoll and Scott Parton, presented by New Province Brewing, returns this Thursday at 7. Tap Time is Little Rock's premier radio show for beer lovers by beer lovers. Tap Time, Thursday from 7 to 8 on 103.7 The Buzz, live from the Edwards Food Giant Studios.
Is your Oak Lawn a roaring crowd and thundering thoroughbreds? Or is it betting long shots over cold beer and corned beef? For all the reasons we love it, live racing is back at Oak Lawn starting December 8th. Champion thoroughbreds, more race days, and the largest purses in the track's history. Join us for opening day, December 8th. Make your reservations now at oaklawn.com. What's your Oak Lawn? Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard. Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard. It's perfect.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
See shelter agent Matt Steele in Bryant, Todd Matthews in Benton, or Justin Stewart in Malvern today.
Is your heating system ready for winter? Middleton Heat and Air is here to keep your family safe and warm through even the coldest Arkansas winter. Schedule a safety check for your system before it gets cold. Our experts also offer free estimates on replacements with no overtime rates from 8 to 8, even on weekends. See why we're the most trusted name for HVAC in the state. Call Middleton today at 501-327-4555.
This is the Pigskin Preacher bringing you the word. Christmas reminds us that in a night without light came the light. In a world without hope, hope was born. In the midst of despair, there was the singing of angels. They had but a star, but we have sunlight. The hopes and fears of all the years were pinned, whether the shepherds realized it or not, upon a little baby in a young mother's arms. That is where hope still lies. Wise men brought him gifts, but their gold, frankincense, and myrrh have long since turned to dust. It was the best they had, and they set precedent for our giving gifts, but they only gave gifts that perish. We have an opportunity to give a living sacrifice. If giving is the test of loving, then let us give the consecration of our lives. He himself has said, "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man would lay down his life for his friends." It is the heart that is given with the gift that really makes the gift worth receiving. From your friends at Doublebee's, Merry Christmas.
Hey, college sports fans. I'm Rachel Parker Harding with Parker Cadillac, here to share some electrifying news. I'm talking about the all-new 2024 Cadillac Lyriq. Here now in Arkansas. Lyriq is Cadillac's first all-electric luxury crossover SUV, powered by the Ultium battery platform. The new 2024 Cadillac Lyriq is sleek and sporty with an available all-wheel drive. Order yours today at parker-cadillac.com.
Tune in each day to Drive Time Sports to hear Trey Biddy talk all things Razorbacks. Brought to you by Chris Crane Hyundai, Arkansas's #1 Hyundai dealer, and Genesis of Conway, Arkansas's only Genesis dealer. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason.
I knew they were going to be good. I thought their transfers they got were really good players, and I thought their returners were really good players. And I know he's an awesome coach. So yeah, that's a recipe to have a good team. Obviously, an undefeated team and a ranked team. It's a game that you got to bring your A game to compete with Oklahoma.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Big O Tires, with locations in Conway on Harkrider and in Cabot on Prospect Court. Big O Tires offers an endless selection of wheel and tire combinations. Big O Tires, they have everything you need to fit your budget and style.
That was Eric Musselman talking about them Sooners from Oklahoma, soon to be conference foes. But it's the final edition of the Crimson and Cardinal, Christian, thank you. Last year, Arkansas beat Oklahoma in front of a raucous pro-Razorback crowd in Tulsa, and they're going back over there again Saturday, 3 o'clock tip with a 2:30 pregame right here on 103.7 The Buzz.
Crimson and Cardinal is way better than cream and white.
I think they should have done Cardinal and cream, or cream and Cardinal.
Cream is more like off-white.
Yeah, I'm aware what cream is, Wes.
That's not Oklahoma.
It's an Oklahoma color.
Yeah, they
Crimson
have
and cream.
and cream?
Those are, yeah, just like Arkansas's Cardinal and white.
Crimson and cream. That sounds like a cookie.
Sounds like a song. But that's Crimson and Clover, over and over.
Peaches and Cream's a song.
Peaches and Herb's a band.
Yeah.
Or duo.
And Peaches is a song by the
President of the United States. Yeah.
And peaches for me.
We're done. Landon Jackson's coming back. We'll talk to Quinn Grovey about that in a moment. I bet Quinn's danced to some Peaches and Herb over the years.
Or just, never mind.
You meant no Peaches and Cream. Oh, okay.
No herb
I
jokes.
see where you're going from. I thought you were going somewhere different.
Quinn keeps it clean, bud.
I know.
Landon Jackson's come back. Good news. The defensive lineman for Arkansas. He said, let's run it back. Red all 24. Hashtag WPS. What's that mean?
Red all 24?
No, WPS.
Is that a call?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to ask him if we ever get him on. 6'7", 281. What a monster. Selected first team All-SEC by the coaches Tuesday. We didn't talk about All-SEC at all, but we should talk about Landon Jackson team.
Did Josh Braun make second team offensive lineman? Josh Braun.
Did he?
Yeah, for
Good
AP.
For
the AP.
Oh,
okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
What a nice kid. I really enjoyed hearing them on Out of
It
Bounds
was just
this
the
year.
kickers and Landon on the coaches team.
Did both punter and kicker?
Yeah. Punter
Fletcher
was second team, and Little was first team kickoff specialist.
Okay. There's a lot of good kickers in the leagues this year.
There
Fletcher was an elite national punter. Remember he was getting ridiculed early in the season? That was one of the things that pissed Pittman off.
Yeah.
Well, he was not good last year.
You know what? You weren't any good last year.
I've never been any good. So
He's way better this year. He did have a huge year of improvement. We were like, how'd you find the one Aussie who couldn't punt? Yeah, he was awesome this year. I was so happy to see that for him. Anyway.
On the Southern Structural Solutions text line, everybody wants to let you know WPS is Woo Pig Suey.
Oh, thank you, guys. Wow, I'd never come up with that. I really appreciate that. I was so confused. Golly.
First time listener.
That's good. First time show host. Sorry, I'm new to these parts. I've never heard that before. Woo Pig Suey. Not familiar. Doesn't ring a bell.
It's time to groove with Grovey. With an all-time great Razorback quarterback.
Takes it, cuts inside to the 10 to the 5. He'll score. Touchdown. Quinn Grovey showing the great athletic ability. Did it his way.
Current Razorback broadcast analyst Quinn Grovey. Groovin' with Grovey is brought to you by Bell and Sward at 1011 Oak Street in Conway. From boots to suits, they have everything for the best dressed man. Now, let's groove.
I wish I had the record scratch effect, Christian. We need to get that in the system.
I've used it multiple times, but I don't think it's in the system.
This could be the open for Quinn next year. I'm sure Quinn has shaken his groove thing over the years. Yeah. Anyway, what's up, Quinn Grovey? How are you? Christian, way low. Hey, Quinn, can you? Are you on the app?
I am.
Can you bump your input up just a hair, or maybe like a whole head of hair?
It's all the way up.
That's better. That's much better. Thank you. All right.
Okay.
Peaches and Herb, we gotta get together. We need to do a little dancing. Get out on the town one night soon.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that's a classic group right there. Now.
No
It's
doubt.
a duo. I mean, they're really good. They drop a little reunited on you as well. Yeah.
Oh, a little slow dancing.
Right on cue.
Oh, buddy, listen. I can think of a couple 8th grade dances where I needed a home ec teacher to come over and separate me and my date. I'm sorry, I need to see at least a foot of separation, sir. Yeah. Well, Chris Perkins really got me wound up back in the day. Anyway, Landon Jackson's back. I was so excited to see that, Quinn. This is a guy that certainly is physically able and ready to play at the next level. I'm so glad that he's going to provide Arkansas with his services again next year.
I mean, how crazy is that to be named to an all-SEC team? Usually those guys are looking to get to the league, and for him to come back, I mean, that says a lot about him wanting to continue to get better and continue to help this university. But I am surprised. I mean, you know, I think he really made a whole lot of money against Alabama, and I think we've all talked about that, the way he took that freshman tackle behind the woodshed. Yeah, it's good. I mean, that helps you out a lot. You know, you got a guy, a pass rusher who can get after the quarterback, a guy who can also stop the run. Freak athlete who can really help you out next year.
Well, I want to ask you about Petrino. I'm sure these guys had a chance to talk to you about it last week. I wasn't here, so I just want to get your thoughts on it and sort of the wave of positive energy that his hiring has created for the fan base and for the program.
Yeah, fans are excited. There's no doubt. I've never seen it's a seismic shift. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, getting him back has really given his fan base a shot in the arm. And what you're getting, I mean, we know what we're getting from a play calling and strategy standpoint. You've got a guy that will dial up plays. He'll dial up plays where guys are wide open. He's going to have a great strategy the one thing about him, and I'll always say it, is he can help you out to the point where even if you don't have the best talent, he can be the great equalizer in the way he prepares and calls plays. And so that's one of the things that I thought he brought to Arkansas the last time he was here, because you're not always going to have that talent to beat an Alabama or Georgia. But if you can win schematically and you can win with guys executing at a high level on offense, then that gives you a chance. So I think he closes the physical gap on the field with what he does from a strategy and play calling standpoint.
And I got to think his reputation as a play caller, his offense, that would attract some skill players.
Well, you would think so. And I'm sure he's going to be definitely looking at, because when he was here, he had great wide receivers, he had great quarterbacks, and that's a key component. But the thing about it, though, too, is I've seen him be able to win with whatever he's had, and that's the difference that I think that he has with that. And I think you're going to see a lot of that in the first year. Hopefully, we'll get some explosive players on offense, but he's a guy who can walk into your kitchen, whatever you have in the cupboard, he can put together dinner. And that's a good thing for him. But, yeah, it should attract some guys. And boy, when you look at this dang transfer portal, there's a lot of guys out there looking to try to find a landing spot. So hopefully we can get in on that and get some of those guys to come be Razorbacks.
We're talking to Quinn Grovey on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. It is brought to you by our friends at Bell and Sward up in Conway. Look, for all of his issues that he had in his brief time as the offensive coordinator at Arkansas, even Dan Enos knew that Luke Hasz was a great weapon for the Arkansas offense. How do you see Coach Petrino utilizing him in the tight ends?
I think it'll be very similar to DJ Williams. I think he'll be highly involved. And you could see Luke was starting to ascend. Even as a freshman, he was starting to ascend to be that number one receiver for KJ. Mm-hmm. And when he got hurt, I think that was a huge blow for the offense. But, this is a guy that can run every route on the route tree. He's very savvy in scramble drills. And he's getting better from a blocking perspective, but he is a guy who can be a coverage dictator in the middle of the field. And that safety is going to have to show his hand when Luke is in the game because of his route running ability. And then if you want to go 12 personnel, which is one running back and two tight ends, you throw in Ty Washington. So you got two really athletic tight ends with pass catching ability that can cause the defense a lot of fits, because now that defense has got to decide, okay, if you go 12 personnel, are we going to bring in an extra linebacker and go with three linebackers and really try to, stop the run because you have the ability to block with two tight ends? Or are we going to come in and drop a nickel back in there and really try to play pass where we can run the football? So it helps you from a strategy standpoint, and boy, you give Bobby Petrino any type of edge, he'll take advantage of it.
Yeah, and assuming the offensive line gets fixed up, and I'm assuming that is also Coach Pittman's number one priority next year, how good do you feel about the running backs returning?
I feel good about them. You lose an AJ, you lose a Rocket. Gustav, he's a guy that is coming along. He even though he struggled against Missouri some early, he still had his stat line looked really, really good. He'll have to put on a little bit more weight to be able to take that pounding in the SEC. You got DeBinion, of course, and then you got some guys coming in as freshmen. So I feel comfortable with what you have at the running back position. All those guys are now definitely going to have to become more of a pass-catching type of guy. But Petrino also likes a big back to close out games. Mm-hmm. And so I'm sure he'll be looking for somebody who's really big, really physical. So when you get into that 4-minute offense, when you're trying to close out a game, you can just go pound them and pound them and pound them. So I'm sure that's the next thing. All of our guys right now are on the smaller side. I think you'll see him really go after a bigger back that can be your goal line back, as well as a guy that can close you out in the fourth quarter.
I saw a really good-sized back down in Benton a couple weeks ago, and it's coming to the Hill. So maybe Russell will be ready to roll.
Yeah, you just described Braylon Russell.
Okay, that's awesome. That's good. That's what we need, man. I hadn't seen any highlights of him, so I don't know too much about him. But what's his measurables? How big is he?
6'2", 235.
I saw him break off an 82-yard run in a semifinal game, Quinn. The dude can go.
Oh, so he's got speed too.
Yeah.
At that size.
He's a bad man.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, that's awesome. I can't wait to see how that goes down. But that sounds like exactly what you need.
Broderick Green, similar.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good comp.
Yeah.
Which portal guy that jumped into the portal do you feel like hurt the most?
Pooh Paul. I mean, I immediately go to that name. I mean, that's a guy who is a leader in your football team. He's a guy who wants to do it the right way. He wants to work hard, and so with him leaving, I think that really hurts you at the linebacker position. Even though you were able to get some other guys in that are very athletic, I think Pooh Paul is a true leader, and I think that one, if I'm looking at them all, I think that's the one that hurts you the most.
Can they hit in the portal like they did last year, you think, again, or was that a lucky break?
I think Sam, I mean, since the portal's taking place, I think Sam has always been able to find guys to come in every single year that's provided value. And, you've had guys that hit. I think he's hit the majority of the time. And he's going to have to hit even harder right now because you're going to have to really dig deep. And I think the portal is going to be the key for this offensive line. So, I mean, you may see 5 guys out of the portal on the offensive line, really trying to fulfill that and going after that and getting some new guys in here. So, hopefully he can. I hadn't talked to him in a while, and so I don't know exactly what their thoughts are. He's been working his tail off, of course, but. Yeah, hopefully he can hit, and I know him getting together with Eric Mateos, who was his GA when he was here. They'll get together and try to scheme up some stuff for that offensive line, which is really, to me, probably the most important spot that you got to find.
Quinn, yesterday our question of the day: which SEC bowl game are you interested in the most, besides the Alabama game? Missouri, Ohio State, Ole Miss, Penn State, Georgia, Florida State, or Iowa, Tennessee?
Missouri, Ohio State. I think that's going to tell Missouri a little bit about where they're at and where they're going. I think the Orange Bowl, technically on paper, should be a great game, but I don't think either one of those teams want to be there. I think they're still hacked off and mad and just really, really upset. And so I wonder if you'll start seeing people in that game, that are going to the NFL start opting out. Because if you're not playing in the college football playoff, and that's one of the things that's broke with the system, but I think may be resolved a little bit more with 12 teams, you won't have as many opt-outs. But I think you're going to see some guys who think they're going to the league opt out of a lot of those games. But I'm anxious to see Missouri and Ohio State. Now, their quarterback is in the portal, so I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, so I don't know what they're going to do at their quarterback position. And I bet you'll end up seeing, like, Marvin Harrison, opt out. So I don't know. I don't know. Those bowl games, man, if you're not in the college football playoff, they're getting a little lesser and lesser and lesser for those student athletes.
Yeah.
And still great sponsorship opportunities.
Yeah.
Course, but
Well, for the fans, it's still a great experience, even if you don't have all your weapons. It's a lot more fun when you get all the guys you've been used to watching. But and to your point about what Ohio State's going to do, hopefully they're going to lose. That's what we're kind of pulling for. We haven't talked to you since they announced the teams, Quinn, and I think it's generally, and I won't put words in your mouth, Wes and Christian, but I think generally the opinion around here was they neither got the best 4 teams as far as quality 4 teams, nor did they get the 4 most deserving teams from a resume standpoint, so they kind of screwed it up on both sides. What do you think of the 4 that are there, and would you have made any changes if you were the committee of 1?
Absolutely. Georgia would have been in for me. Texas would not have been in. I'm Michigan and Washington. Of course, you can't argue with that. But I don't know of any other time where a team like Georgia plays in the toughest conference in America, and you go 12-0, whatever it is, 13-0, whatever it is, and get into the conference championship game and lose a tight one, and you drop from 1 to 6. I don't know how that even makes sense. And I go back and look at that, and then I see Texas. I can't understand how they were able to get in as well. So my 4 would have been Michigan, Washington, Georgia, and Alabama, of course. But I know people would say you're an SEC homer with that, but you can't. Who can actually look at the Georgia Bulldogs and say they're not one of the best 4 teams in the country? I don't see how any football person can say that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll listen to that. I think we all think that too, because I just think they didn't get really either part of it right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
From a resume standpoint, it's hard to leave Florida State out. And if you're looking for, you're like, okay, well, they're not one of the best teams right now because that we're one of the best 4 teams. Yeah, there's no argument to leaving Georgia out. I don't think either. I'm with you. So, luckily, they're going to be, we're going to be at 12 next year. The other thing is, am I crazy? There was an Auburn team that went undefeated one year and did not make the playoff. Correct? Weren't they? Did they finish 3rd in the BCS?
Yeah, I think it's happened twice.
Yeah, it would never believe. I mean, the thought process of an undefeated SEC team not getting in to a championship game today sounds crazy.
That was years ago.
It was USC against somebody else that year.
Texas?
Was that the USC Texas year?
Maybe.
Could have been.
Well, when we get to 12, we'll be arguing about 13, 14, and 15.
I won't lose any sleep over them, honestly.
No, that's right, because I think when you look at it, I mean, the cliff starts to fall off really, really quickly. I still think even though you've got 12, I mean, you may have a chance for an upset at some point in time, but I think the rich will continue to get richer, and those dominant teams up top will still be dominant.
Quinn got a big one Sunday night. Cowboys, Eagles. What are you thinking?
Yeah, man. Looking at that, I've rode with the Cowboys defense all season long on my fantasy team.
Mm-hmm.
I just finally dropped them. I dropped them because they've got a tough schedule coming up. Dak is playing really, really good with a lot of confidence. And right now, I think with the way the Eagles got smashed, but they got smashed by the best team in pro football. I think the Cowboys have a great chance, Wes. So I'm rolling with the Cowboys in this football game.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I like to hear that.
I bet you do.
I know you do. I know you do.
Didn't you guys have an argument about this game a couple years ago?
We did.
Yeah,
and he was right. Quinn was right.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite moment of the show.
Y'all pulled the clip and played it on Monday.
Well, Quinn, you go home tonight. You throw on some peaches and herb and get the lady in the living room. You guys have a little glass of vino and,
Get reunited.
Get reunited, baby. That's exactly right. All right. I will talk to you soon. Thank you, Quinn. I appreciate you and appreciate Bell and Sward.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, fellas.
All right. Take care. That's
all right.
Quinn Grovey. Good stuff always. Let me get Andy in here, and then we'll take a break. Oh, Andy gave up on us. Other side, Dr. O'Malley. And I got a story here real quick, I got to say. John Rahm, apparently, according to reports, multiple reports, is going to the Live Tour. And the story is that he's going to get, and let me be perfectly clear, I don't care. I'm over it. I'm over arguing against the Live Tour. But the deal would pay him around $600 million according to this. Now, I don't have an issue with that. I have an issue with a guy who was so adamantly opposed to going, then flipping the script. Because I'm sure Rory has been offered $500 million, too, at some point along the way over Greg Norman's dead body. But this was John Rahm when all this started.
I do see the appeal that other people see towards the Live Golf. I do see some of the, how do I put this delicately, points or arguments they can make towards why they prefer it. To be honest, part of the format is not really appealing to me. Shotgun 3 days to me is not a golf tournament, no cut.
Okay.
It's that simple. I want to play against the best in the world in a format that's been going on for hundreds of years, right? So that's what I want to see.
Okay.
And
sure,
yeah, money is great, but when Kelly and I, this first thing happened, we started talking about it. We're like, will our lifestyle change if I got $400 million? No, it will not change one bit.
Would my lifestyle change if I got $400 million? Nope, not a bit. Now, if they offered me $600 million, it may be. So you could say, well, listen, it's a guy's prerogative to change his mind. That's fine. You could say, hey, they gave him $200 million more than he thought he was going to get. That's fine. I choose to go with this.
Mr. Slade. This is such a crock of shit.
Why did he cave? I mean, because here's the thing. If $400 million really doesn't matter to you, then $600 million, $800 million, or $1 billion don't matter to you either. Right?
Maybe the stigma of them being separate is what kept him away, and now that they're going to be under the same umbrella, and it seems like they're trying to work things out.
Forget the political aspect of it, right? Are they going to change the format? Because that was his number one complaint.
No.
I don't want to play 3 rounds. I don't want to play a shotgun start. Listen, I'll play naked for $600 million, and I'll do it all day long. And I don't care if we shotgun start. Dude, 100%. I'll just hit every shot and yell I was in the pool. I'm fine with it. Don't care. Also, speaking of that, we haven't talked about the golf ball rollback. Did you see this deal where it's going to shorten the distance?
Go buy your balls now.
No doubt. Get your hot balls while you can. Your balls are going to be cold soon. So I don't know how much impact it's going to have, but I don't really pride myself on hitting the ball 100 miles. But again, that'd be like saying, okay, they're going to double the cup size. That's just going to make the great putters better, right? You're just going to have the long hitters still hitting it longer than the other guys, right? I don't know. I don't know if I bet it'll be something kind of like the, what was the deal we freaked out about that I was like, in a year we wouldn't even care? Remember we argued about that vehemently? What was the big thing this year? Oh, it was the baseball thing with the clock, pitcher clock. Yeah. I was like, this will become irrelevant in a month. And we didn't talk about it after the first month of the season. I guarantee you after we go a season with these new balls, nobody's going to think twice about it.
And maybe it makes the game better, kind of like the pitch clock did in baseball.
Maybe
Sped things up, made it a more watchable game.
Maybe, yeah. Guys are going to have to probably work on their accuracy a little more as opposed to just trying to bomb it.
Yeah.
Because if you're another 50 or 70 yards back, just punching it under a tree and running it up on the green isn't going to be maybe as an option as much as it is now.
Yeah, you can't bomb it and wedge out of the rough when you're 200 out.
Right. So we'll see. Maybe it'll be good for those guys. I need a ball that goes like twice as far. Make it more fun for me.
The live racing season begins tomorrow in Oaklawn. The Zone will be there. Come on out and join us. Make your reservations now. Carousel reservations, post-parade restaurant, grandstand season tickets. Go to oaklawn.com. While you're there, book you a room for some of the big races. Those rooms are filling up. Great restaurants down there. Got the Mainline Sports Bar. Great place to watch games. And don't forget, while you're watching the games, you'll want your sports app, your Oaklawn sports app. And now they're offering new and easy ways to put money in and take money out of your account. Entertainment all the time at Oaklawn. Don't forget 24/7 smoke-free casino. Bret Michaels coming December 30th. The Rocket Man Show, the tribute to Elton John on the 1st. Sawyer Brown, January 20th. Tickets on sale right now at oaklawn.com. Make your plans to visit Oaklawn in Hot Springs.
.1037 The Buzz is proud to bring you college football talk with Mark May every Thursday morning on Morning Mayhem. Brought to you by Edwards Food Giant, The Meat People, and by Dugan's Pub, located in the River Market.
This is Sports Center.
The Razorbacks got a bit of good news yesterday as defensive lineman Landon Jackson announced he will return to Fayetteville for his senior season. He had a breakout junior season, recording 44 tackles, 6.5 sacks, and 13.5 tackles for loss, which was third in the SEC. And Coach Eric Musselman met with the media yesterday, and he talked about the upcoming matchup with Oklahoma.
I knew they were going to be good. I thought their transfers they got were really good players, and I thought their returners were really good players. And I know he's an awesome coach. So, yeah. That's a recipe to have a good team. Obviously, an undefeated team and a ranked team. It's a game that you got to bring your A game to compete with Oklahoma.
Tip for that game is set for 3 on Saturday. Coverage will be on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
Hey, it's Howie at Robert Owen Jewelers, and I've got great gift ideas for anybody's budget, like diamond cross pendants starting at only $99. Free financing, bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices. Robert Owen Jewelers, 5 locations or online at rijewelers.com.
Roger Scott, I'm going to talk to you about Sigma Supply Packaging Products and how they think outside the box. Sigma Supply, they're problem solvers. Now, they've been helping business owners for years with their waste audit analysis program. They're going to come in, they're going to analyze your packaging and shipping and see if automation is what you need to cut costs. Call or text sales manager David Breitenberg with Sigma Supply, and you can schedule your waste audit analysis. Here's the number, 501-617-4600. Sigma Supply Packaging Products. If you're not using Sigma Supply, you got low-grade product, man.
Serious injuries happen every day.
If it happens to you, don't wait. Dial 8.
Dial 8 for Rainwater Holton Sexton. 888-8888.
We can meet you online, at your house, or wherever is easiest for you. Dial 888-8888 for Rainwater, Holton, Sexton.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
We've got you covered, Arkansas. Anywhere in the state, dial 8. Rainwater, Holton, Sexton. 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
This is Pat Bradley for River City Flooring, where you can pick your payment. Get 0% interest for 12, 24, or 36 months, and River City Flooring in Maumelle is where you'll save 50% on all in-stock waterproof LVP flooring. And did you know River City Flooring carries cabinets? So stop in and let my friends at River City Flooring help you with your remodel. Kitchen, bath, living, dining, they do it all. Check out River City Flooring in Maumelle at their huge new showroom on Maumelle Boulevard just off 430.
Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center in Benton proudly offers compassionate and loving care to our veterans, meeting the unique needs of every veteran who calls Heartland home. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com.
Welcome back to the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio, home of the Zone. Can't get enough of us on the radio? Follow us on Twitter at JustinAquis7, at Wes_Moore, and at CWeaver1037.
All right, we got Dr. O'Malley on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline from UAMS. What's up, Doc? How are you?
I'm good, guys.
We are talking all kinds of injury stuff. Ankles in the news this week, Doc. One basketball, one football. Which athlete typically has a harder time coming back from an ankle issue?
A lot of times it's basketball because they're hard to tape up, or for them to be able to be as agile on the court, and is much more likely to roll their ankle. Where like in a cleat, you can really tape them and control them better in a high top cleat than you can a basketball shoe.
Are you a high top basketball supporter?
I am. I think it does help with these rolling of their ankles when they wear these low top basketball shoes. They're just not giving their ankle really any support.
What about the braces where you can sort of pull them on and strap those up? You a fan of those?
Yep, they are. Yeah, they can be very helpful. I mean, the studies aren't super helpful, but it definitely can protect them. And a lot of my athletes that have recurrent ankle instability or ankle sprains, I recommend that a lot of them don't want to wear it for a game, but I'm like, at least wear it for practice because you're at least protecting it during practice. They don't wear it during a game.
Talking about practice.
What's your opinion of wearing Chuck Taylors and playing basketball?
I mean, it's the same thing. No support and no ankle support and no foot support. So they're probably the worst of all to play basketball.
But they look really cool. Good to wear around town.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's talk about Brazil, Trevor Brazil, and again with a big guy like that, a tall guy. Again, I guess the function, regardless of whether you're a 6'1" guard or a big man like him, it's similar, especially for a high flyer like him. But it sounded like it was severe. Isn't that what Coach Musselman said, Wes? Severe ankle?
Yeah.
So what does that entail?
Yeah, so I mean, severe means it's going to be out for a few weeks. So when we say severe, it's like us kind of saying it may be close to a high ankle sprain. It just kind of prepares everybody. It's just going to take a while to get better. And sometimes a while is just a week or two, and sometimes it may be more than that. And so it just kind of lets everybody know that could take a significant amount of time for this to calm down and then him get back into playing form.
Saw where Dallas Goedert's trying to come back and play for the Eagles. The tight end broke his arm against the Cowboys the last time they played. But is that broken arm 4 weeks, bone to heal?
Yeah, I mean, did they fix it with surgery?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, that's super early without a plate in there. If you have a plate in there, if you put a plate and screws in there, you can let them go back sooner because the plate and screws is protecting it while it's healing. But, I mean, it all depends on the break. Every break's a little different, and so not all breaks are created equal.
Who's our other big ankle? We were talking about Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, him. That guy. Kind of a big deal.
Yeah. His is interesting because you watch his injuries. It doesn't seem like he really gets rolled up that bad. So I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think he had a knee injury earlier this year that he missed half of a game, but then he was playing next week. I wouldn't be surprised if he's playing this week with the way it was rolled up. I mean, I know it looked like he was in a lot of pain, but I think it's one of those he could come back pretty quickly from that. It just depends. But it may be a few weeks, too.
I looked it up. Goddard missed 3 weeks, and he had a forearm fracture that did require surgery.
Yeah, so if they fixed it, he's probably got a plate and screws in there, which means they can let him go back a lot earlier because they have that plate protected.
What? Go ahead, Christian.
Is Aaron Rodgers, does he have a legitimate chance of coming back, or is he doing this all for attention?
Both?
I don't know. I mean, there's not many orthopedic surgeons that would let him do what he's doing right now. So that's the first thing I would say. I mean, he is back really early, and he looks great, and he may do fine. But there's always that chance that if he does tear, you're going, man, if he'd just taken it slower, would he have re-torn it? So I think there is a legitimate chance he could come back. I don't really know the point of it. But the way that he was moving and walking and what I saw on the practice field, I mean, he looks like he's getting back to game shape. So it's just a question of can they protect him, and I don't think they really can. So I don't know why they'd want to put him back out this year.
This is more of a football opinion than a medical opinion, but do you think if you put Aaron Rodgers out there on crutches that he could be a better quarterback than Zach Wilson?
I think if he had no legs, he would be a better quarterback than Zach Wilson.
I like to see him rolling around. He's like, I can't run, guys, but I can wheel around out here. Just put me in a chair, and I'm going to see what I can do. And
I mean, I do. Like, I don't think Zach Wilson really should be playing in the NFL personally, but he's convinced somebody to pay him. So
he has, or he's probably, according to some reports, he's convincing people not to play him. So I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate.
So I can't fault the guy.
He's getting paid. Whether he should be playing is another argument, I suppose. Let me ask you about ankle again. Can we go back there for a second? What are the best? Do you have any suggestions on strengthening that as a proactive move or as a rehab to a previous injury?
Yeah, so if you have an injury, one thing we tell people, and it kind of seems dumb, but it actually works really well, sit there and spell their alphabet, spell the ABC with their ankle or with their foot. That actually works to strengthen all the muscles in your calf, to strengthen the muscles supporting your ankle. And then, right, those like lace-up ankle braces, one name is an ASO. You can buy them from like Amazon or Walmart. Is a really good option for somebody who's had recurrent instability or ankle sprains, and they know, hey, when I go play basketball, this happens. I would definitely wear a brace when you're playing, and they're easy to take on and off, and they're not a big deal. And for most of us, like being able to keep playing, it's not good. That ankle brace isn't going to keep you from performing. If you're missing the shot, you're probably missing the shot because you're just not good, not because of your ankle. And then really just working on getting in the gym and working your lower body helps to just strengthen those ankles.
Okay.
Are you excited for the Gator Bowl? Clemson, Kentucky?
Yeah. Not really, but it's not been Clemson's year at all. So we'll see. I guess they signed Matt Luke.
Hasn't it?
Yeah. No, it's been not their year at all. So we'll see if supposedly they put somebody in. They offered somebody in the transfer portal. I don't know if it's true or not.
You're talking Matt Luke as a coach?
Yeah, the Ole Miss guy's coming back.
The Ole Miss head coach is their O-line.
Interesting.
He was at Georgia. Kind of interesting that they hired, that they were able to get him away from Georgia to coach their
Well, you got rid of Chad Morris. I think he's going to East Carolina, so maybe your program will come back next year.
Oh, yeah, you guys probably win the national title.
Well, I know, right? The Morris curse. So hopefully they can play better now that he's not around. So, and they're getting some new blood. The problem was Dabo was a lot of inbred in terms of their coaching staff. So hopefully getting some new blood in will help them. So.
Yeah, getting rid of Chad Morris is the essence of addition by subtraction, right?
Yeah, but the crazy thing, he was great at Clemson.
Was he?
As an offensive coordinator, yeah.
And also, before you start crying too much about the year Clemson had, it could be worse. It could be not in a bowl game at all.
I know. Well, I'm not sure the Gator Bowl is much of a bowl. So.
Are you
Their
kidding
standard
me?
is college football playoff.
Yeah. Well, it used to be.
8-4 is bad year for Clemson.
It isn't, though. They haven't been in the playoff in how long?
Like four
or 5 years. I mean, come on. I mean,
right?
They expect to be there, though.
I'm not talking as an Arkansas fan. I'm talking as a guy who watches Alabama football. So I'm just saying, it's all subjective depending on where you are, right?
Yeah. Terrible year at Georgia, 12-1.
Right. Exactly. We're not going to be national champions. Yeah, it sucks.
I'm just ready for the playoff. We need a playoff. We need that 12-team playoff.
Concur.
4 is just dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
we're excited about it.
It'll be so much better. So.
All right. Well, if you need Dr. O'Malley, no matter what your issues are, or any of his colleagues, they'll help you out. UAMShealth.com/orthopedics. Same or next day appointment availability at 501-526-1046, and they've got locations all over Central Arkansas. Doc, I appreciate you. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
Talk in a couple weeks.
Very good. All right. Always a good time. We're going to hit the break. As we do, a little more from our buddy Adam Sandler. Happy Hanukkah. We'll be back with the mayor of Little Rock, Frank Scott Jr., in a moment.
take out the menorahs. Put on your yarmulke, it's time for Hanukkah. So much Hanukkah to celebrate Hanukkah. Hanukkah is the festival of lights. Instead of one day of presents, we get 8 crazy nights. But when you feel like the only kid in town without a Christmas tree, here's a new list of people who are Jewish. Just like you and me. Winona Ryder drinks Manischewitz wine, then spins a dreidel with Ralph Lauren and Calvin Klein. Guess who gives and receives loads of Hanukkah toys? The girls from Baruch Assault and all 3 Beastie Boys. Lenny Kravitz is half Jewish, Courtney Love is half too. Put them together, what a funky, badass Jew. We got Harvey Keitel and Flash dancer Jennifer Beals. Yasmin Bleeth from Baywatch is Jewish, and yes, her boobs are real. Put on that yarmulke, it's time for Hanukkah. 2-time Oscar winner Dustin Hoffman celebrates Hanukkah. O.J. Simpson, still not a Jew. But guess who is? The guy who does the voice for Scooby-Doo. Bob Dylan was born a Jew, then he wasn't, but now he's back. Mary Tyler Moore's husband is Jewish, 'cause we're pretty good in the sack. Guess who got bar mitzvahed on the PGA Tour? No, I'm not talking about Tiger Woods. I'm talking about Mr. Happy Gilmore. So many Jews are in the showbiz. Bruce Springsteen isn't Jewish, but my mother thinks he is. Tell Darul Hanukkah, it's time to celebrate Hanukkah. It's not pronounced Chanukah. The C is silent in Hanukkah. So read your hooked on Hanukkah. Get drunk in Tiawanaka. If you really, really wanna have a happy
103.7 The Buzz is your home for Arkansas Razorback football coverage each week, and it's brought to you by Kaufman by Design West, Gwatney Chevrolet, Gwatney Buick GMC, Rainwater Holton Sexton, PI Roofing, Renai America, and Red River Ford. 103.7 The Buzz. The Hogs play here.
It's the sale you've been waiting for all year long. Black Friday at Big O Tires. Up to $140 instant savings on select sets of Michelin tires. Buy 3, get 1 free on Cooper and Sumitomo tires. Instant savings and rebates on almost every tire we stock. Get ready for cold weather with huge savings on service too. Plus, 0% interest when you use your Big O credit card, which will leave a little something in Santa's pocket this Christmas.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you never have to decide which teams to watch, only what combination of bites, burgers, wings, and more to order. Plus, where else are your favorite draft beers always poured at a frozen 29 degrees? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get here for happy hour, weekdays from 2 till 7, and again late night for $1 off liquor, wine, and drafts, plus shareable apps starting at $2.
So I have been in the operating room most of my career, watching people have orthopedic surgery, watching people get knees replaced, hips replaced, shoulders fixed, and I knew there had to be a better way.
That's Dr. Daniel Zuckerman, a medical director for QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in non-invasive regenerative treatments for pain relief.
I see so many people who could have been helped before they got to the operating room if only they had known about regenerative medicine.
QC Kinetics, a natural alternative that uses your body's own healing properties to help restore and repair damaged joint tissue, providing long-lasting relief without drugs, surgery, or downtime.
Well, it feels great when I do get to see somebody who we help, who I know I kept out of the operating room. It's amazing how we change people's lives without surgery.
Call QC Kinetics for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance.
See Shelter Agent Paul Killingsworth in Cabot, Jonathan Stone in Lone Oak, or Stephen Reeser in Jacksonville today.
This is Pat Bradley. Tune in every Tuesday when I join Justin and Wes in the Zone. Brought to you by River City Flooring. Visit rivercityflooringinc.com, rivercityflooringinc.com.
Welcome back. Wait, what is this trash? Turn on some real music. That's more like it. Welcome back in the Zone with Justin Acree and Westmore on the Buzz Radio Network.
Take advantage of all the deals at Big O Tires right now. Cabot and Conway, two great locations. All kinds of good deals with that Black Friday sale going on. Save a ton of money. Go to the website, bigotires.com/deals to see all the deals. Great selection of tires, all the name brand tires. Plus, they have the Big O Tire, and they'll save you on service right now. Got to get something done before all these Christmas trips? Go buy Big O Tires. In Cabot, they're on Prospect Court right in front of Kroger. In Conway, they're on Harkrider. Go see our friends at Big O Tires, the team we trust.
We head to the Brandon Moving and Storage hotline today. It has been very, very busy, and nary a call dropped yet, David Basil. I hope you've been listening. Maybe it's just you guys got bad mojo, bad karma. I don't know what to tell you. Mayor Frank Scott Jr. of Little Rock joining us today. Mayor Scott, thank you for joining us. How are you?
Doing well. Good morning and close to good afternoon as well.
Yes, I probably jinxed it. Now the phone will probably drop you, but the morning guys have been having some problems with the hotline. I don't know. It's kind of a lukewarm line for them, but it's a hotline for us, so we're happy to have you. Let me ask you about Capitol Con that's happening this weekend, because when I saw the name, I'm like, uh-oh, we got a nerd convention this weekend. But it's not like Comic-Con at all. But it is people who are smart trying to get even smarter this weekend.
Yeah, it sure is. We're really excited. The Capitol Con, through a grant through the Economic Mobility Leadership Institute, gave to the city of Little Rock to focus on financial literacy for a day-long event of a number of different classes as relates to home buyer, classes, financial investments, wills, things of that nature, to ensure that our residents have the ability to live as they age and really focus on wealth building. And we're really excited about the public-private partnership that brings this to fruition. And so in addition to the financial literacy panels and classes, there'll also be a little bit of entertainment to kind of shake off some of the nerd aspects of it. And so really excited that this is going to happen this Saturday at 11 o'clock at the Robinson Auditorium, at the State House Convention Center, at 11 o'clock on Saturday. And so we invite any and everyone to come to get some learning about financial literacy.
Is it free?
It is free,
Okay.
F-R-E-E.
All right, well, that's the kind of financial literacy I need, Mayor Scott. That's what I like. I don't know if any of the city board members are going to attend this week, and I'd like to think they've already got a good handle on the finances, at least as it relates to the city. And I know you all just got your budget taken care of.
Yes, we just recently passed our 2024 budget on Tuesday. It's probably one of the fastest times we've been able to do it in recent history. I want to share my appreciation to each member of the City Board of Directors for approving unanimously our city budget, which was a $335 million budget that truly focuses on our priorities of public safety, with continuing to give historic raises to the men of the Little Rock Police Department, as well as raises to the Little Rock Fire Department, code enforcement officers, housing specialists, as well as our animal service individuals, in addition to parks and rec and infrastructure. And so it truly outlines our priorities as we continue to grow forward as a city.
And also, speaking of going forward as a city, got a positive job announcement, I understand, recently.
Yes, Tuesday as well is another big day. We're now, since 2019, we've helped to create 10,000 new jobs alongside our economic development partners at the Little Rock Regional Chamber of Commerce, Arkansas Economic Development Commission, with Secretary Hugh McDonald, as well as Governor Sanders as well. We were all together here this past Tuesday where we made the announcement of EloPack, which is a sustainable packaging plant that will be located at the Little Rock Port Authority for 100 new jobs with a $70 million investment into Little Rock Port. And so we're excited about what they're doing and more jobs to keep going.
We have our last two high school football state championship games at War Memorial Stadium Saturday, but War Memorial will be busy next week with the junior college national championship game. How has that been for Little Rock?
It's really, I guess we're now in year 3 of having the national junior college championships at War Memorial. Really excited about that. That's a big deal. It helps with recruiting for our high school graduates. And oh, by the way, I know you guys know I'm an alumni of the Parkview Arts and Science Magnet. So back-to-back state championships 5A. Really excited about the team, what they did this past Saturday. I was out there in the cold cheering them on. But the junior college championship is something we want to continue to keep and strengthen our contract with them.
You're a Memphis grad, yeah?
I am.
You know I'm an Iowa State grad, Mayor Scott.
Well, I guess, are you going to the game?
I can't. I'm going to be traveling with Central Arkansas, but I wanted to say we need a friendly wager. I'm thinking maybe like a dinner downtown somewhere should be on the table here. What do you think? You accept a little wager here? You get the home field advantage, for goodness sakes.
Well, if like I said, I'm a University of Memphis grad, and so if my Memphis Tigers beat your guys, if we lose, a steak on me from Cash.
Boom.
Bam.
I'm in. I love that. And I will reciprocate if, in fact, the Tigers get over. I will also mention that
and I'll come, just to make sure, everybody's paid.
Well, or maybe somebody makes sure nobody chokes. That'd be good, Wes. Also tonight, Little Rock and Central Arkansas, we're doing the I-40 showdown. So I don't know if you and Mayor Castleberry have got a little wager on the side, too, but you got Little Rock's team taking on Conway's Division I team as well. So we got all kinds of good potential wagers here. But, yeah, I'll hold you to that one on the steak dinner, so we'll get back in touch about that time.
Well, all I can say is Coach Walker, you saw what he did to the Arkansas State Red Wolves, how Little Rock's team and the Trojans, we demolished the Red Wolves. You take some of the guys that were doing, it was a great time to see. Looking forward to see what we'll do to the UCA Bears.
Yeah, he's doing a great job considering his leading score's been out, too. They won a few games in a row, so it'll be a tough matchup tonight. Looking forward to it up in Conway. Appreciate the time and the opportunity to get a steak on you, and I will talk to you in a couple of weeks, Mayor.
Well, I don't eat steak, but I want a big lobster, so I'm ready for it.
That's fine. Listen, if Payne can cook it, I will pay for it, so we're good.
Oh, Payne can cook whatever, so
no doubt.
Shout out to him.
All right, sounds good. Surf and turf. I'll do the turf. I appreciate you. Take care.
Appreciate you.
All right, there you go. Look at that.
That's fun.
Yeah, we didn't even mention the line. Iowa State's favored by 6.5, but that's cool.
Win-win situation for me.
Now, Scott Davis over at Arkansas Urology.
Yeah.
Proud Memphis guy, too.
Got to get a bet in with
him. If you
him.
want some of that action. Now, I reached out to him, and I was like, hey, man, we getting tickets together? And he's like, yeah, you got to sit the Memphis section. I was like, cool. And I was like, oh, dang, I'm actually going to be out of town. Yeah, UCA's got Oklahoma and then Missouri, and the day in between is a travel day, and that's the day that they're playing the bowl game. So unless I get a private jet, that will not be happening. So, but it's going to be it should be a good game, actually. One of the closer bowl games. I don't know how entertaining it'll be, but it should be under a touchdown, the line. So, all right, we are up against it. Coming up, we're going to talk to our friends from Rock and Roll Sushi. Chris Alley's in the house, and I am actually, this is the most excited I've been to get a review because this is apparently Paul Giamatti's return to Oscarville. And this movie looks really intriguing. It's from the same director that did Sideways. So that was Paul Giamatti's big breakout role, and apparently this is a really good one as well. and we will talk to him coming up after the break about that. Appreciate Rock and Roll Sushi very much, presenting the Average Guy movie review every week. I don't even know where to find this movie, so that's one of the questions I've got for Chris, but we'll get into that after the break. Entertainment coming up, birthdays. If we got time, we'll squeeze a What the Hell segment in.
Need a new tractor, zero-turn mower, maybe even a new utility vehicle? River Valley Tractor has you covered. With Kubota equipment from River Valley Tractor, you'll find tractors that are rated #1 in owner experience to take on your toughest jobs with ease. Find them today at rivervalleytractor.com. Work smarter, not harder this year with River Valley Tractor. River Valley Tractor, closer than you think. At Southern Floor Coating, coatings are all they do, and they won't be beat on price. Factory-trained installers using the purest form of polyurea with UV stability for all your outside projects. When you call, you'll talk with a professional interested in your project, not a voicemail. Don't trust a fly-by-night company that may not be in business next year. Transform your patio, porch, or pool deck and call the real pros at Southern Floor Coating. 501-402-4912 or take a look at southernfloorcoating.com.
Your home for Dallas Cowboys football is 103.7 The Buzz. Presented by Beechwood Pinnacle Hotels, America's team on your fun and game station, 103.7 The Buzz.
Why so serious?
Sports talk and entertainment.
Let's put a smile on that face.
103.7 The Buzz. Buzz News with Channel 7's Ryan Houston.
Little Rock police are investigating a shooting that happened in broad daylight at the AutoZone on 11th Street. 3 people were shot around 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. 2 victims remain in critical condition, while the 3rd victim has non-life-threatening injuries. Police are still searching for the shooter. If you can help, call the Little Rock Police Department. A routine traffic stop near the Lone Oak exit Monday morning led Arkansas State Police to find over 800 pounds of marijuana. Troopers say they found the estimated $3.6 million worth of drugs stuffed into 6 suitcases. The driver, 33-year-old Rene Rodriguez of Brazil, told state troopers he was driving from California to Florida for the delivery. Rodriguez is in the Lono County Jail on drug trafficking charges. From the Channel 7 Newsroom, I'm Ryan Houston.
Listen for birthday trivia in the zone, brought to you by Elia's Mexican Grill. Elia's is available for holiday caterings and private parties. Book yours today online at eliasmexicangrill.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with Channel 7's Melinda Mayo.
Mostly sunny skies again today, a little bit warmer at 64 and kind of breezy. Tonight's low down to 46. Mid-60s on Friday with a little bit more cloud cover. Good rain chances still expected Saturday. From the Channel 7 Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Melinda Mayo.
Good news from Benihana. It's time to think about holiday gift cards. Get a free $10 gift card with every $50 gift card purchase. Come see us.
Great news. Stocking stuffers at Bell & Sword in Conway. Hi, this is Joseph Pena of the Arkansas basketball team. Are you shopping for Christmas gifts? Bell & Sword has everything for men. Athleisure from Vori, PJ and hoodies from Sags, Cologne, Basque, Efob. Clothing, Peter Millar and Johnny L. Quality, Martin Dingman. Leather goods and shoes. Expert staff with free gift wrapping. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm talking about Elias Mexican Grill. Take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. The Keith Special, a Mexican hibachi dish with fresh steak, chicken, or shrimp. Tuesdays are Taco Tuesdays, and they're only $1.99 at Elias, and now they're serving homemade tortillas. Fresh pies for dessert along with soft serve ice cream. Elias Mexican Grill, award-winning Mexican food with daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 to 2. You take exit 108 to Elias Mexican Grill in Morrilton.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. Not only is it open enrollment for a lot of people, it's also a time you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, switching to MediShare saves about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, they like it. MediShare has double the member satisfaction rate compared to health insurance. Double. MediShare is a proven thing, too. For over 30 years, it's a Christian community of more than 400,000 members. And here's the thing, too. If you join before December 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, you'll get another $150 savings. So I'll give you the number here in a second, but Just call. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And remember, the deadline is December 15th. So call now and you'll save even more. Here's the number, 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
This is David Dunn with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Did you know that in addition to being your home for heavy-duty diesel repair, we are also medium-duty specialists? Ford, Chevy, Dodge, service trucks to delivery vehicles, suspensions and after-treatment systems to engine repair. Don't pay high dealership prices with long wait times. Let Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer keep your heavy and medium-duty vehicles on the road doing their job. Take Exit 7 on I-440, 501-568-2185.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Jimmy Butler is one of the most fascinating players in the NBA. He blasts country music in the locker room, annoying his teammates. He started his own pandemic-era coffee company, charging $20 a cup for sizes small, medium, and large. He is a ferocious competitor, vowing to lead the Miami Heat back to the NBA Finals. And his new emo hairstyle, taken from Andre 3000's Hey Ya Do, promises to be entertaining for everyone. Fun for the whole family, as they say. Doublebee's is also fun for the whole family. Make a pit stop today. Grab a snack. Get a refreshing beverage. All the things that everyone needs. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Did you know Arch Marine is the kayak leader in Central Arkansas? Right now, get 20% off all feel-free kayaks. All the prices are falling on kayaks this month. Don't forget, we repair ATVs. Your granddaddy trusted Arch Marine, and so can you.
Hi, I'm Hunter Bell from Bell Chevrolet. This holiday season, I want to take a moment to express our gratitude to our valued customers and friends. This time of year reminds us of the importance of family, community, and of giving. Your trust and support have been the foundation of our success for over 100 years, and for that, we are truly thankful. So from all of us at Bell Chevrolet, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Visit bellchevrolet.com today. Find new roads.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and Wes Moore on the Buzz Radio Network.
20% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go to Hennessy anyway. He never...
Yesterday, December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. I regret to tell you many American lives have been lost.
Well, let me tell you how it all went down. Funky little joint on.
All right, welcome back in the zone on this first day of Hanukkah and also Pearl Harbor Day. So I wanted to make sure we made a note of that. I know Tommy Smith would be angry at me if I did not. He is Mr. 9/11. And he always talked about how, well, as long as I'm alive, nobody's... We're always going to remember 9/11, I think. I hope. But, the longer we go, Pearl Harbor Day, people kind of forget about it. But, man, I'm playing Sleeping Dogs because Japan screwed up pretty bad that day.
Yeah.
You should have probably not done that so much. Not a good move on your part.
It's the worst thing the Axis could have done.
Yeah, I honestly, I think they just sat around there like, what's the dumbest thing we could do? What if we go over to America and poke them?
Germany was like, you what?
By calling it 9/11, we'll never forget 9/11.
Right.
Because it's so easy to remember September 11th. Really, they should have done 12/7, and no one would ever forget Pearl Harbor Day.
12/7.
D7.
Yeah. You got D-Day, right?
Mm-hmm. What day is that?
Oh, sorry. Chris
What
Alley's
day
here,
is
too.
D-Day?
That's June 6th, 1944. And then you got...
I'm impressed.
And then you got...
That's 6/6.
You got VJ Day, which is Victory Over Japan, right? I don't know what day that is.
No, I don't either.
But anyway...
Dude, if you spit that out,
I was going to be
super
dang,
impressed.
dude.
Dude,
it's impressive.
You went to history class in college.
Well, I went to history class last week in Hawaii, and we were just talking in the break. And if you have not been, I understand. I know a lot of people who are a lot older than you guys that haven't ever been to Hawaii. But I will tell you that if you ever get a chance to go to Pearl Harbor, you should. And I have not done the tour of the Missouri, but I have done the tour of the Arizona 3 times now. And it is very sobering, and it is very it's a difficult process. Like, it's hard to go out there, man. It's very heartbreaking when you think about these guys are, obviously they were training for war, but they were over there minding their own business. And the way they died is just so awful when you think about what happened. Thousands of, men, and there were civilians that were killed. It's awful. I mean, just horrific. And, we don't talk about the Oklahoma a lot. The Arizona's the one that gets all the attention, but there were 500 plus that died in the Oklahoma too. So I definitely encourage people who are fans of history or interested in American history. And there are lots of places in America I haven't been, but I will tell you and it's a quick tour. There's a video. It's a 45-minute boat deal and tour of the Arizona Memorial. And so if you ever go over there, I would definitely make it a point to check that out. So anyway, just wanted to draw some attention there and thank those in uniform for serving us, those who are serving today. Hi, Chris Alley. It's good to see you.
Hi, Justin. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm the most excited I've ever been about your review today.
That's what I heard. Yeah, I heard that coming in, that you were pumped about this one.
And the fact that Paul Giamatti ruined the Merlot industry is all set aside for now. But it is the same guy he worked with on Sideways, right?
Right. Yeah. Same actor. Same director.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So it all comes back together.
It was. Yeah. We'll get into it.
Why don't you get something you're cooking up over there?
No.
Good.
I'm just checking email.
Quick.
Well, sometimes I get some big-time news through emails.
I thought he had breaking news. It looked like he had breaking news.
I'm going to break his news.
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sward Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram, or stop by Bell & Sward's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
What are you doing? I'm spending my time ignoring you.
What?
Nothing new. Congratulations to Taylor Swift. She was named Time Person of the Year. Billionaire, business mogul, singer, songwriter, director, actor, producer. And Time Person of the Year. If they get her in the swimsuit issue, she's going to have basically the perfect season.
Triple threat.
I mean, big deal. Adolf Hitler was Time Person of the Year in 1938.
Too soon.
But the qualifications is basically the person that dominated the news, whether it's good or bad.
It was good in this case.
In Adolf Hitler's case, it was bad.
You're not comparing the two.
No.
I think Obama was Person of the Year once.
Maybe Pigskin would one, but
she beat out Barbie and King Charles.
Fictional.
Barbie's not a real person.
I know. How can that be the person of the year?
I think they've had I bet there's been a horse that's been Person of the Year. Yeah.
That didn't even make that doesn't make sense.
Horse of the Year.
She beat out stalwarts like Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping. So
I didn't even hear any Ping news this year.
No, he's been pretty quiet.
Xi. Listen, she's also the 5th most powerful woman in the world according to Forbes. Who is she behind, you might be wondering?
Oprah?
No.
No?
Uh-uh.
She's done now?
Well, she's still rich as hell, but she's not as powerful as Taylor Swift right now. She doesn't really enter the news cycle anymore. She already gave away all her cars.
Well, Lizzie's dead now, so who else?
Who?
Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah, Lizzie. European Commission President the president of the European Central Bank, the prime minister of Italy, and Kamala Harris are the only 4 ahead of her.
Taylor Swift's more relevant than Kamala.
More relevant,
powerful.
yes. More powerful, no.
What
I
kind
don't know.
What
If
kind of
she-
power does Taylor Swift have?
No, if
Money.
she organized the
I mean, money,
Swifties-
yeah, but
Snaps her fingers and
I
whatever she
guess.
wants happens. All her minions.
Can you, if she was to give her backing to one of the upcoming presidential
Candidates,
they'd win.
Well,
I don't think it's that simple.
She could
but it
swing
would
an
certainly
election.
help.
Oh, I think she could
Well,
swing
I
an
think
election.
a lot of her fans are also below voting age. But also, if she was to rally her Swifties, I think she can make January 6th look like a Tea Party, you know?
If some are to be believed, Tea Party. I see what you did there. If some are to be believed, being a voting age is not that relevant. Actually, you can get it done. Melinda Gates is 10. Mackenzie Scott, formerly Bezos, who is really good at spending her ex-husband's money, 13th. Oprah Winfrey is now 31st, 5 spots ahead of Beyonce. Rihanna's a billionaire, but she's at 74, and then Barbie's 100. Not years old, but that's really all I got, except for one thing. Taylor Swift is also shedding light on her relationship with Travis Kelce, and apparently they're so proud of themselves because they kept it under wraps for an extended period of time before we caught wind of it. I have two other things about her. So she talked, I guess, as part of the Time magazine thing. They're like, look, if you tell us about Kelce, we'll make you Person of the Year. She's like, fine. She says, we started hanging out right after he put her on blast, basically, on his podcast. So we actually had a significant amount of time that no one knew, which I'm grateful for because we got to know each other. I want the backstory. Did his people reach out to her people? Did she find his number in a Rolodex of famous people? How does it work? Do you call the Chiefs front office and go, I'm Taylor Swift, I want to talk to Travis Kelce, I want to pick a bone with him? Maybe his?
He talked about it on
How
his
did
podcast.
What'd he say?
He went there and he made a bracelet with his number on it and tried to give it to her and couldn't
at the
get
concert?
to her.
To a
Yeah,
show?
at the
Yeah.
show, and then couldn't get it to her. And I think his people reached out to her people to get the bracelet to her.
She
and
said-
I think that's how they got. That's what
Okay.
he said on his podcast.
Also, this is a really cool story. I've never heard this story before. This is related to Kenny Chesney. She told this story. She says that she was actually going to open for him on tour. She was 17 years old, and she was so excited because it was going to change her career, she said. Then a beer company decided to sponsor the tour. Well, apparently she was not allowed to perform anymore because a beer company was sponsoring the tour, which seems like a weird thing in 2023, but this was, several years ago. She says a few months after that, at her 18th birthday party, Kenny's rep gave her a card, and inside it read, I'm sorry you couldn't come on the tour, so I wanted to make it up to you. There was a check inside. She says it was for more money than I'd ever seen in my life. I was able to pay my band bonuses. I was able to pay for my tour buses. I was able to fuel my dreams. He wrote her a check even though she didn't get to go on the tour.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
That little dude's got a big heart. Good for him.
It's a good story.
It really is. Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
People helping. People. What do we have to give away for birthdays today, Christian?
Brett Michaels.
You're going to give Brett Michaels away? I don't think that's legal, Christian. But if you want to give tickets to his show away on December 30th, that'd be fine by me. All right. December 7th is a very important day this year, as we have already outlined. It's also a very important day in history outside of it being Pearl Harbor Day. James Madison and Martin Van Buren were both elected on December 7th, one in 1808, one in 1936. Can you guys tell me about anything regarding Martin Van Buren?
I wonder if Van Buren County is named after him in some way.
Could be.
Or Van Buren, the
city. Yeah. Is Van Buren the town in Van Buren County?
I don't know.
You know, Bill Vickery's father was the Van Buren County Sheriff
I've heard
at
about
one
that
point.
before.
Their most recent Van Buren County Sheriff got in a little trouble, I heard. A lot of things have changed.
I don't know.
Bill's
anything
dad was
about
running things.
A Van Buren.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Martin Van
let's hear
Buren.
about it.
I was elected 1836, December 7th. That's all I got. This is also the day, interestingly enough, from a war standpoint, this is the day that the United States declared war on Austria in World War I, 1917.
Oh.
Wait, the United States went to war with Austria?
I guess
That
they're
was
part of
that
other
was
side.
in World War I.
But Austria's Archduke Ferdinand got assassinated, and that's what kind of kickstarted the World War.
Right. Yep. We were after him.
Austria was the good guy, though.
Just telling you, buddy. This is from my sheet. It's got to be true. Look it up.
Okay, maybe I think Germany took over Austria. I think that's what it was.
Where were weren't the Von Trapps in Austria?
The Von Burens.
Van Buren's in Crawford County, by the way.
Okay. See, that's the thing about Arkansas. Nothing's ever in the same county. Hot Springs, not in Hot Spring County. Benton's not in Benton County. It's pretty confusing. The Red Sox acquired the contract of a little 19-year-old player that went on to be pretty good, the splendid Splinter, on this day in 1937, Ted Williams. And 353 planes, part of that attack on the Pearl Harbor Naval Base. 2,403 dead. Big mistake. Big mistake.
So Van Buren
Talk to me.
was a small community
Oh, I thought you were looking at the
I thought he was talking
president.
about the
in
president.
1819.
Okay.
And it was just it was a fuel depot for traffic along the Arkansas River.
Okay.
In 1831, a post office was constructed. At the time, this was called Phillips Landing, but they named the post office after the newly appointed Secretary of State and future President Martin Van Buren.
There we go.
There it is.
See, when you pay attention, you can supplement the information. Look at you.
That's why I'm here.
Birthday Trivia in the Zone is brought to you by Elia's Mexican Grill. Headed to the hill? Take exit 108 from either direction for award-winning Mexican food made fresh every day. It's Elia's in Morrilton.
By the way, we got Devontae Davis, better known as Devo, around these parts at 12:30 because he had to reschedule. So think of a good question, Chris.
Okay, great.
This guy is an actor. And I don't know if he ever did anything after the movie Soul Man, but he was great in it. He was the older brother in... Oh, no, he was not the older brother, but he was in E.T. He was also in Tank, but he got his big break playing Ponyboy Curtis in The Outsiders. He was in the movie Soul Man with Rae Dawn Chong, daughter of Tommy Chong. Then they married for one whole year, and then she said, I got to get out.
That's enough of this.
Actually, I don't know who was responsible. He was also in Red Dawn.
I can see his face. I don't know
When
his
you
name.
hear his name, you might think he's an attorney, but he's not. He's an actor. His name is C. Thomas Howell. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
57. Soul Man is a very underrated movie.
I was thinking of Soul Plane.
You remember
Could
Soul
not be
Man?
made
No,
today,
I don't.
Could it?
Yeah, I think it can. Soul Man is a story of a white man who is the son of a rich man who cuts him off as he was trying to go to law school, and so he has to find a way to pay for it. And the only way he could do it was by getting a minority scholarship. So he went blackface through the entire movie.
No, you can't do that anymore.
You can't do that? Make that movie now?
I don't think you can do that anymore.
It's actually, regardless of the PC nature of it, it's an entertaining film. I can't even get into it, but there's like a whole scene where he goes out and plays basketball, and he's horrible.
Is this like a 90s movie?
No, it's 80s.
80s? Yeah,
Okay.
late 80s.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right.
that was probably the last film that Tom Howell ever made. This guy played basketball for reals. Also a white guy, but real good at it. Real good at it.
Dirk Nowitzki.
No. 3 championships, became a head coach for a few years.
Oh, Larry Bird.
Larry Bird, the pride of French Lick.
Yeah.
The Bird.
How old is he?
Oh. Played with Joe 60.
75.
66.
63.
65.
67. Wes, close enough. This Hall of Fame baseball player sat right where you're sitting one time.
Torrey Hunter.
In this studio.
Johnny Bench.
That's a good guess.
Johnny Bench.
Torrey's not a Hall of Famer
Hall of
yet.
Famer.
But he will be,
Yes.
we think. Christian, how old's Mr. Bench today?
Mr. Bench is 75.
I didn't say you could film me in here. I was like, you're in my studio, jackass. Nobody cares about you
Is that
in
what you
here.
said?
Yeah, he's like, I didn't say anybody could film me in here. I'm like, you're in my world today, buddy. You may be in the Hall of Fame, buddy, but you're in my world now, Johnny Bench. So sit down.
That's right.
You said that?
No, but I was thinking it. I was afraid of him. We all were. And I had the audacity to bring up Pete Rose to him. He did not like that. Oh, boy. I was like, golly, you need to relax, bro. You need to relax.
You told him that?
No, but I was thinking it.
Is it me?
I said, you're a real jerk. No, but I thought it. How old is he?
Felt like that interview went well. Johnny Bench,
like you're-
79.
What'd you say?
I said 75.
79 is what I said.
76.
He's 86.
Oh,
wow.
I was like, wow, you were a lot cooler on that show
Johnny
with
Bench
the, with the chicken.
86?
You're like
47, 53,
70,
73, 76.
I said
I didn't-
75.
Sorry, it was bad math.
Oh.
On the fly. I should write these numbers down.
86.
Sorry. Whatever. He was 86 times jerkier than most guys that are in the Hall of Fame. I'll tell you that right now. I met Brooks Robinson. Let me tell you something. Johnny Bench, there's
Got
no
nothing
Brooks
on him.
Robinson.
Yeah.
You were
No,
like
Brooke-
Chris Farley in the Veronica Vaughn
Yeah.
stories.
No, but you can imagine. Yeah. That Veronica Vaughn.
She's one hot piece of...
No, you didn't. Nope. No, I didn't.
No, I didn't.
All right, this guy is a Hall of Fame football wide receiver and the only one in the NFL Hall of Fame that played at the University of Chattanooga, I think.
T.O.
Terrell Owens.
I'll give it to you, mostly because you got it right. How old's T.O. today?
47.
Christian.
He may be the big 5-0.
Yes, he is. Bingo, bango. And last but not least, this NFL tight end is struggling right now, mostly because his quarterback play is awful. His tight end, former Razorback.
Hunter Henry.
Correct, Chris.
Yeah, I'm on the board.
Yay!
Today, and they play tonight.
Yay!
He started off with having a pretty good season.
Well, he's got you might as well be throwing it to him.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
How old is he?
He had a game like 2 weeks ago, didn't have a catch.
How old is he?
Crazy. Who's
Hunter, he is 31.
No.
32.
No.
30.
29.
Oh. I always go the wrong way.
Who got that?
I did.
Wes won.
Well, now we're tied at 4. I got you with 4, Christian.
Oh, really? I thought Wes was killing me.
No.
Okay.
He probably gave you some points that was supposed to give to me.
All right, you guys guess. How many home runs did Johnny Bench have in his Hall of Fame butthole career? The Hall of Fame a-hole.
I'll go with 285.
I was going to go 320.
389. Wow, you're really short. I mean, he's a jerk. He's a great hitter, though. Give him a little credit. Christian, your guy's the winner. Christian, Chris, good job. Woo! Chris Alley, you ready for a review?
I am ready.
Let's do it.
Average Guy Movie Review with Chris Alley is brought to you by Rock and Roll Sushi.
Why don't you get a job, Spicoli?
What for?
You need money.
All I need are some tasty waves, a cool buzz, and I'm fine.
Founded on great food and rock and roll, with 2 locations in Little Rock, one in Benton and one in Conway.
I want you to kill every golfer on the course.
Check me if I'm wrong, Sandy, but if I kill all the golfers, they're gonna lock me up and throw away the key.
Golfers! You great kid, not golfers. The little brown furry rodents.
We can do that.
Come rock with us.
All right, Mr. Man. Paul Giamatti's return to the big screen.
To the big screen, yeah. So you can find this movie on Prime, and it's in theaters here locally at a couple. I think at Riverdale 10 and maybe at the Rave.
Okay.
Anyways, so Paul Giamatti is a teacher at a prep school for really rich kids.
What's it called?
It's called The Holdovers.
The Holdovers.
Yes, and so he's a teacher that, he's kind of hard on everybody. Nobody really likes him. Students don't like him. Peers don't like him. It's kind of one of those guys. He gets drawn.
I can relate.
No, he gets drawn the short stick and has to stay with the kids that don't have families to go back home to. Either they're too far abroad or whatever. So these kids are known as the Holdovers, and he's got to babysit them for 2 weeks. So as the movie kind of progresses, all of the kids find a place to go, but one. So it's him and this one kid that's pretty smart. They start to develop a relationship, and the characters kind of grow. That old story of making the guy that doesn't have a heart kind of have a heart. It is a Christmas movie, which I didn't know. So it is circled around Christmas time, and it has a lot of Christmas themes to it. It could be a movie that you watch yearly for Christmas. I think.
Oh, really?
It's one of those that you could, I think, watch it yearly. It's not like a kid's Christmas movie. It's more of an kind of an adult theme. It's slow.
Kids are stupid anyway. Nobody cares what they like.
But I think as an adult, this is kind of a Christmas movie that you could watch with your significant other, and it doesn't have the
and kids.
Yeah, it's got some language.
It's my 17-year-old. He can handle it.
Yeah, 17.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not your 7-year-old.
No,
I don't even have a 7-year-old, Wes.
It's got some language, but it's really well written. It's really smart. It's a drama with some funny parts.
Just off the trailer, it reminded me a little bit of Rushmore with the older gentleman relating to the smart younger kid.
Correct. Yeah. So they and then there's also another character. She's there. She's the cook. So she's there. They're kind of like a little family.
Yeah.
And they kind of bond, and the characters grow, but they don't grow in the traditional sense that you're used to, where they start as a terrible person in the beginning and they're a much better person at the end. There's not that much growth.
Okay.
So with the character arcs.
But they learn to deal with each other.
Yes.
Chris Cromwell said on the Facebook post that you put up,
I saw that.
Paul Giamatti's vehicle to the Oscars. You agree?
It's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I think he was amazing. He was great. The movie, for my taste, was a little slower than what I typically like. But as the movie went on, I found myself liking it more and more as the movie went on. It's one of those where you like think about it the next day and you're like, that movie was pretty good.
Did you watch? Have you seen Sideways?
I haven't. My wife was like, "You're going to talk about Sideways tomorrow. You should watch." I'm like, "Nah." So,
Classic.
Yeah.
You would dig it, I think. It's also kind of slow, but there are some really good scenes. And his cohort in that movie is played by Thomas Hayden Church, and it is freaking hilarious. He is a complete idiot.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Well, this is so like he's kind of quirky. He's really smart, kind of socially awkward.
It's very similar to Miles, his character in Sideways.
It's really, really good.
Okay.
I was on the fence on what to score this movie.
Okay.
So it was between a 3.5 and a 4. Can I go 3.75?
You can do whatever you want. It's your deal.
Let's do 3.75.
You keep bringing food every week. You can rate it 3.777. I don't care.
It's really good. It's worth a watch. It's $20 on Prime. So I wasn't mad that I spent $20 on this movie.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
Yeah,
because I want to go to the theater and watch it. I like watching movies at the theater, but in a pinch for time, which I'm in, that may be the Friday night entertainment
for sure.
And it's actually good because we're doing Christmas decorations on Friday night.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it's
Perfect.
it's 2.5 hours long, so
Great.
It's good length movie, but not too long.
All right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's worth
through.
a watch for sure. It's probably a 4. Just give it a 4.
Good.
It's Christmas.
Okay, you round it up. The kid is good. The kid actor.
Yeah, the kid's good in it. His name is Dominic Sessa.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good.
Had you seen the woman who plays is she the cook or housekeeper? What's her?
Yeah, her real name is Divine Joy Randolph, and she's really good in it.
Have we seen her in anything else?
I have not.
Okay.
No, she's like the sassy black lady, but she has some stuff in her background that kind of brings to the table that helps the characters kind of move along.
Yeah, the trailer really gave a lot, and so if you don't want to know much, then I would definitely not watch it. It's pretty revealing, I thought. It gives you the good gist of it.
The movie's really rests on the writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, your job is to see Sideways between now and next week.
Okay, I still got to see the Goonies too.
What the hell are you doing?
If you knew all the movies I haven't seen.
Well, let's talk about Rock and Roll Sushi because we got big news.
Big news.
And?
Next week, everybody.
That's worth 4.
Woo!
Heck, 5. 5 stars, 5 sake bombs.
5 sake bombs.
Next week in North Little Rock.
Next week.
But no sake bombs initially.
Well, yeah, we're waiting on our license to come through. Hopefully it comes through before we open, but you can get all the alcohol at all the other restaurants. But as far as like opening for service, it will be next week. One of those days.
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know.
As soon as you get it, I'll just tell the listeners.
Yeah, I will.
Is it BYOS until you get your license?
No, don't bring it.
Oh, you can't? Can't bring your own sake?
No.
Okay.
You can do it in the parking lot. Don't bring it inside.
Okay.
That's illegal.
I don't think it's legal to drink in the parking lot either.
Actually, it's not my problem in the
parking lot. Yeah.
In the parking lot. But yeah, next week, booths are in. We're just kind of cleaning up, getting equipment in, waiting on final inspections. As soon as we get the all clear from the city, we're going to get the staff in there, and we'll be ready to roll. You know, Brad, our buddy Brewski's, they open, I think they open today. It's their first day. So that whole Lakewood Village shopping center is just really kind of coming back.
It is. I think it's awesome. And they got a couple other stores over there that are really nice that we'll talk about, and some that I really can't stand. But I won't name them.
Yeah.
You know which ones I'm talking
about.
Yeah. Hey, also, I was going to mention something weird. You're talking about drinking in the parking lot. So I was in L.A. last week with UCA, and I was in Hawaii with them. And both these are like legal weed states, right? So you got people smoking weed all over the place. They're walking around. Weed. You cannot, even in the entertainment areas, like I was on the beach, like by the beach, and you cannot carry a drink around in a cup. But you can smoke a joint, and nobody cares. It's so weird. And there's like a $500 fine in Marina Del Rey if you're caught walking around with a drink.
But you can just have a joint?
Yeah, it's bizarre.
You should start smoking weed.
I don't think so. It's too late in the game for me to change my stripes. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying.
12:32. We'll hit a timeout. Devo on the other side.
Gwatney Chevrolet right now is ready to make some deals. They got a lot of pre-owned vehicles on the lot right now. Had a great Black Friday, and they're now turning those around and giving you some good deals on those. And you're still going to get a good deal on your trade-in. Go to the website, GwatneyChevrolet.com. Take a look at all the inventory, and you can see all the specials. You want to buy a new car? How about no payments for 4 months? Some great things happening at Gwatney Chevrolet. They're going to pay you top dollar for the vehicle that you trade in. They're still looking for good cars, trucks, SUVs. They are actively out there buying those kind of cars. So if you have one, go see them at Gwatney Chevrolet. Gregory Street exit in Jacksonville. It's Gwatney Chevrolet.
You know what I'm saying? And then I said, all right, fellas, well, let me see what you can do.
Christmas karaoke is back, once again with all your favorite Buzz personalities, along with some local celebrities. And of course, most importantly, you, our listeners. And it all happens Thursday night, December 7th at the Busker. Admission is $10, with proceeds going to Youth Home. We'll see you December 7th for Christmas karaoke, only at the Busker.
This is Sports Center.
The Razorbacks got a bit of good news yesterday as defensive lineman Landon Jackson announced he will return to Fayetteville for his senior season. He had a breakout junior season, recording 44 tackles, 6.5 sacks, and 13.5 tackles for loss, which was third in the SEC. And Coach Eric Musselman met with the media yesterday, and he talked about the upcoming matchup with Oklahoma.
I knew they were going to be good. I thought their transfers they got were really good players, and I thought their returners were really good players. And I know he's an awesome coach. So yeah, that's a recipe to have a good team. Obviously, an undefeated team and a ranked team. It's a game that you got to bring your A game to compete with Oklahoma.
Tip for that game is set for 3 on Saturday. Coverage will be on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
It's the season for giving, and Saracen makes it special this December. Play to win an incredible Mercedes-Benz CLS 450 from Mercedes-Benz of Little Rock. With an alluring look of luxury, the CLS 450 is a top-of-the-line Mercedes, and it can be yours just for playing at Saracen. Only 40 minutes away, Saracen Casino is Little Rock's closest place to play and win the Mercedes-Benz of your dreams.
Saracen Casino Resort, Vegas, Arkansas style.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
It's the sale you've been waiting for all year long. Black Friday at Big O Tires. Up to $140 instant savings on select sets of Michelin tires. Buy 3, get 1 free on Cooper and Sumitomo tires. Instant savings and rebates on almost every tire we stock. Get ready for cold weather with huge savings on service too. Plus, 0% interest when you use your Big O credit card, which will leave a little something in Santa's pocket this Christmas.
You know, I wish that I had cookies too. I wish that I had cookies too. No better value for your buck. Corky's Barbecue.
This is David Dunn with Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer. Did you know that in addition to being your home for heavy-duty diesel repair, we are also medium-duty specialists? Ford, Chevy, Dodge, service trucks to delivery vehicles, suspensions and after-treatment systems to engine repair. Don't pay high dealership prices with long wait times. Let Central Arkansas Truck and Trailer keep your heavy and medium-duty vehicles on the road doing their job. Take Exit 7 on I-440, 501-568-2185.
You're back in the zone. You know, we disagree on things from time to time, but one thing's for sure.
I'm an Arkansas Razorback fan, brother. What do they say down here? Woo, pig suey.
Now, let's root for those Hogs and stay tuned to the zone.
Oh, he's my kind of guy. You know, he's the most underrated player in the United States of America because, you know, he's like a bad penny. Whatever they need, he'll show up. And in this tournament, he has actually, before the tournament, he's always been the kind of guy that I always thought they're above the blue-collar work. You know, you got to have some blue-collar workers. This guy's above that. And, you know, whatever it takes, that's what I like about him. I think if you know, he might be 6'2", 6'3". I don't know exactly how tall he is. But I think if you cut him open and took his heart out, it's a 9-footer.
That was Nolan Richardson talking about Devo Davis.
When was that?
I don't know. I just saw this. I was looking for Coach Richardson talking about Larry Bird when he was at his Hall of Fame speech.
Yes.
And he was telling the story about listening to a broadcast, and he's like, Bird this, Bird that. We got to play the clip a little bit later. Christian's trying to find it. But it was so good. But I was like, that's pretty cool. I mean, I just think about how cool it would be to have Coach Richardson say something nice about me, which he has never done to my knowledge. But Devo had to be thrilled. I don't know if he's ever heard that clip before, but I thought that was really, really cool. Anyway, Devo's with us now.
The Zone is joined by Razorback guard and fan favorite Devo Davis.
Davis going right to the rack. Pretty finish with his left hand.
Devo grew up in Jacksonville, so it only makes sense that he's brought to you by Gwatney Chevrolet. Gwatney Chevrolet is the gold standard for car shopping experience, and Devo Davis sets the gold standard for basketball play.
It's Davis for the lead. Timeout, 2.9, Arkansas by 2. What a shot!
Visit GwatneyChevrolet.com to see all the great deals. Now, let's hit the hardwood with Devo Davis.
All right, let's bring him on. Devo Davis on the Brandon Moving and Storage Hotline. Devo, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you?
I'm good.
How y'all doing?
We're good. Have you heard that clip from Coach Richardson before?
I think I've heard it one time, but I don't even know why I heard it. I heard the clip, but that's my second time hearing it, so I'm glad y'all played it.
Yeah, that's my favorite new clip about you. I mean, that's him. You got a Hall of Famer and a national championship coach talking about an in-state guy like you, and you know, you grew up obviously, I assume, as a Razorback fan. I don't know. You certainly were familiar with Coach Richardson's prowess and his teams over the years, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Not just his team. It's just the way they played. I mean, it was amazing watching it. Like me being able to see it. Once I was able to, of course, and looking back on it.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of dudes playing today that would have thrived under Coach Richardson, I think, the way he played the game. I think you would have been a perfect fit for the way he did things.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We talked about it a few times, me and him when we were met. But other than that, I think I would have been a great fit. You know what I mean? Just the way he played. He let his guys play and how hard he had those guys playing up there.
Your stat line the other night was ridiculous, Devo. No turnovers and double-digit rebounds. I mean, you scored a little bit, dished out some assists. I mean, you had a big night the other night. Was that as efficient a game as you can recall?
Yeah. This year for sure, I can say. And luckily, we got the win. You know, we played against a good opponent. And it was a back-and-forth game at the beginning. So, luckily, we pulled it out and got the win. But, yeah, this year so far has been my best efficiency game for sure.
Coach Musselman, he wasn't really irritated, I don't think, but he clearly is not interested in talking about the NET rankings right now because it's so early in the season. But you guys are not where we would have maybe anticipated at this point. You guys are outside the top 100 right now. Big opportunity this week with Oklahoma. Does he discuss the ranking with you guys at all, knowing what it could mean at the end of the year for seeding?
Sometimes it pops up, and we know what's at stake. You know what I mean? We dug ourselves a hole, like I've been saying, and so us digging ourselves a hole, we just got to dig ourselves out of it. And I think we're able to do that. And like you guys said, this coming up Saturday is going to be huge for us, playing against the top 20 team. And we know we're kind of in the neck of their woods, but I guess it's in between, I guess you can say. And so we're going to be a 50-50 crowd, and I know it's going to be fun. And we're ready, and hopefully they're ready. So
yeah, last year was more like 70-30, I think. You guys had definitely was a pro Razorback crowd, I thought, last year, didn't you?
and it felt like it, but going back and when we talked about it and looked at it, I don't think it was a large margin on our end. I mean, both teams got the same colors and things like that, so it's kind of hard to tell. But when you hear the halls being called, it's hard to notice any other crowd. So.
Well, there wasn't a whole lot of reason for Oklahoma fans to cheer, so you may not even known they were there for most of the game. What do you see out of Oklahoma?
Great athletic team, and we know that they're good on the offensive glass. They like to run in transition, and they have some crafty scorers, and so we're knowing this is going to be a toughness game. And so me coming in, we got to make sure these guys are ready to come in, get ready to dive on the floor, do all the small things, and so we can pull this game out because, like y'all said, we really need it. And then it helped us tremendously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they had one of their guards. You could tell he's very aggressive. Is that who you'll have the assignment of defending?
Yeah, I think they was comparing it to Allen Iverson. But Yeah, but no, it's not just me. It's us. It's us. You know, this entire team. We all help each other out on the defensive end, just like the offensive end. And so we're all assigned to certain people, but like I said, we're all helping each other at the same time. And the whole team is pretty good. You know what I mean? And so not just looking at him, because if he's not doing anything, they have other people that can step up. You know what I mean? And so their whole team is pretty good, but we got a really good team as well. And so hopefully they come in and ready to play, because we'll be ready.
Well, you better tell us Allen Iverson wannabe. We're talking about practice. I know Devo gets practice in at midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning and late night, so I hope this guy's getting his work in.
Yeah, for sure. You know they are.
When you looked at the shooting percentages last year, you got off to a slow start on the 3-point percentage, and it came on strong towards the end of the year. This year, off to another slow start. What are you doing 3-point wise to fix the shot?
Consistency, just trying to just staying in the gym. I mean, not changing anything, not changing my routine, just doing what I need to do, and try to take even easier shots when I can. Some of my shots kind of be like in a position where maybe I could have drove the ball or made a different decision, but finding easier shots maybe, and also just, like I said, stay consistent. I mean, my work I've been putting in, and it's on show, and hopefully I'm able to make some shots coming into this game Saturday. But I know that I can get to the basket anytime I want. So if the shot's not falling, I can make a different decision, or get my teammates involved, or find it in a different way.
Go ahead. Yeah, well, I was going to say, I want you to know that it wouldn't do him any good, but I would donate my ankle to TB if it would help him out. But we obviously are hoping that he gets back quickly. He's been through a lot the last couple seasons and playing really well. Was just named the SEC Player of the Week and then goes down with the ankle injury. But how does the dynamic of your team, you feel like, change when he's not in there?
Yeah, like you said, I get one of my ankles too. but no, yeah, we got guys off the bench that can come in and feel like we can take TB's spot, and TB does a lot for us. You know what I mean? But we know it's the next man up, and we got to make sure that whoever is up next is ready, and that's part of the game. And we do hope that TB will be with us Saturday. We don't know yet, but like we all said, if you ain't ready, then it's gonna be the next man. So I think we got a few people on the bench that'll be ready, and TB hopefully be with us Saturday. So.
Can we give TB a different nickname? I don't like TB.
I've said that already.
Yeah.
Although I can never remember to call him Trevin or Trevon, or I get confused when I'm trying to do it. I know it's Trevin, but I sometimes forget. Right?
What about Zilla? I mean Brazil, Zilla.
I don't know if you can give him a nickname now. It's maybe too late in the game. Devo, what do you think
change
about this? I don't like it either because TB makes me think of tuberculosis.
Yes.
I told you that from the very beginning. I don't like that, but Coach, I know Coach Muss loves it, but I don't know. Like Devo is perfect. You know, but not everybody gets a perfect nickname.
Well, Tom Brady's TB12. I mean, you could just add his number to it and it'd be
okay.
TB2?
Yeah, TB2.
Yeah, that's what we call him, TB2.
Okay, that's it. All right. Problem solved. Devo. Fixing things just like that. Easy. Hey, thanks to Gwatney Chevrolet and Mr. Fix-It, Devo Davis. That's what you do. I mean, you are kind of you're the fixer. You make things go right. That's good. So, all right. Thank you. Solve the problem. We'll spread the word. Tell Coach Musselman. We appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
Safe travels over to Tulsa. We'll talk to you next week. All right.
Okay, thank y'all. Appreciate it.
All right, take care. That's beautiful.
So much better.
Thank you. That is beautiful. I'm glad you brought that up. Golly. We got a quick What the Hell segment, and we will talk to John Neighbors. We will also try to play that third version of the Hanukkah song. Happy Hanukkah again out there to our folks out there who are celebrating that. Day one is tonight, or night one, I guess. Brett Michaels, December 30th. We gave away some tickets earlier today. The Rocket Man Show, a tribute to Elton John. If you love Elton John, January 1 at Oaklawn. It's a great way to ring in the new year, man. December 31st into January 1, and then January 1 night. Yeah. Beautiful. And you can be down there all day wagering on games because the semifinals are that day as well.
It's a great day to be in Oaklawn.
It's also the Iowa-Tennessee game. case you're interested in such things.
That's a great day.
Sawyer Brown, January 20th. Oaklawn.com for all the information. Book your room. And get ready for the Mainline Sports Bar, which will be quite the hub now that racing is back on Friday. We're live at Oaklawn tomorrow, so we'll talk about all the details on carousel reservations, post-parade, getting seats if you want to go to the grandstand and how to get a hold of those. But they're available for sure. And they still have the $250 first bet insurance on Oaklawn Sports. So set up your account through your Android or your iPhone or at oaklawnsports.com. And, of course, now that live racing's back, bet.oaklawn.com. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. Got to hit a break. Be back in a second. It's 12:48.
Hey everyone, this is James from Jones Brothers Pool Tables. We're stocked up and ready to help you with any of your game room needs for the holidays. Come visit Arkansas's largest game room store. Jones Brothers Showroom has over 25 pool tables and 8 shuffleboards on display. We also have air hockey, ping pong, foosball, darts, game room furniture, and all the supplies you'll ever need. Come visit us at 309 West Broadway in North Little Rock across from Dickie Stevens, or check us out on the web, jonesbrospooltables.com. Family owned and proudly serving Arkansas since 1924. Jones Brothers Pool Tables. Games people play.
Brett Michaels, Party Gras 2023. Saturday, December 30th, Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Event Center. From over 50 million albums sold comes the Poison Hits and Solo Hits Live. Brett Michaels, Party Gras 2023. Tickets on sale now at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
From all of us at MNB, we'd like to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. We know that some of the best times are spent during the holidays with family and friends, creating memories for many years to come. And we would like to say thank you to all of our customers who have supported us through the years and made us a part of your family. May your holidays be filled with joy and many blessings. Merry Christmas and happy holidays from all of us at MNB.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Rick Pennington of Lions Drug. We have great news. Generic Cialis is now available at a huge savings. We have Tadalafil, the FDA-approved generic of Cialis, in a 20-milligram tablet at a savings of up to 80%. We have the 5-milligram daily tablets for less than $3 a pill. Lions Drug continues to be your go-to pharmacy for men's health. What are you waiting for? Call us today at 844-676-2247 or go to our website at lionsdrug.com.
Oh, baby! Arkansas, the wait is over. Brewski's North is officially open in Lakewood Village. Doors open at 11 a.m. with all your favorite pub grub and happy hour drink specials. Come get your grub on with the all-new Smash Burger lineup. The best wings in the city with 11 different sauces. Or try the new additions to the menu like the spicy Asian chicken salad. Live music starts your weekend on Thursdays with karaoke Friday and Saturday. Brewski's North now open in Lakewood Village. Brewski's, your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
Stacked Commercial Truck and Trailer has 5 service trucks available, providing you on-site service to get you back on the road. If that doesn't do it, Stacked has a new state-of-the-art 13-bay shop for service and repair on all Class A trucks, trailers, RVs, light and medium-duty commercial vehicles, tires, brakes, AC, engine repair, transmissions, differentials, and driveline repair. Stacked Commercial Truck and Trailer Repair. Get Stacked 2 miles off 530 exit 34 in Whitehall.
Welcome back to The Zone in the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio on the Buzz Radio Network with Justin Acree and Wes Moore.
Standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on, heavy glow. By the way, I tried to say I'd be there.
Driving and I'm listening to a game. It's New Mexico State playing Indiana State. I don't really care about the game, but New Mexico State is right up the streets from El Paso, and I went to UTEP. And we're big rivalries, so I'm hoping that Indiana State will beat New Mexico State. And I'm listening to the radio, and I have no clue of the players on either team. All of a sudden, this name keeps coming. Bird. He goes to the right. Bird. He makes the shot. Bird. I said, God damn, who is Bird? Bird. You know, here's Bird. And Bird this, and Bird, oh, did you see the pass that Bird made? I can't see it, but I'm just trying to imagine it. And when the time I got to the end, I said, damn, that brother can play. to tell you something. When I got the newspaper the next morning and saw Larry's picture, I said, damn.
Hall of Famer talking about a Hall of Famer. Happy birthday, Larry Bird. And thank you for the great story, Coach Richardson. Always fun to re-cue that one up. Final segment is brought to you in part by our friends at Oaklawn Anywhere. And we're going to do a quick what the hell segment here. John Neighbors is here as well. John, feel free to weigh in because guess what? Florida man's at it again.
Seems like it's a pretty reoccurring thing.
Death taxes, Florida man.
Yeah.
What the hell, bro? What the hell's going on here?
What the hell's the matter with you?
All right, it's out of Clearwater, Florida. Clearwater man back behind bars. He was accused of obstructing a burglary investigation in Florida. According to the arrest report, several witnesses reported seeing someone enter an unlocked car that was parked outside an apartment. The suspect described as a white guy wearing tan shorts, black shirt that said, "I just got out of prison." Sweet shirt, dude. Deputies tracked the idiot down 2 blocks away and questioned him about the burglary. According to the report, he refused to identify himself and cooperate. He was told to be charged with obstruction, and he continued to refuse, stating, "Call my lawyer." Michael Gordon, 46, identified by his fingerprints, charged with obstruction by a disguised person. I just got out of prison. Don't wear that shirt around if you're going to be committing crimes, dummy. Not to be outdone, Florida man arrested for something else. An Orlando man arrested after he drove a van full of prison inmates off course and refused to stop while traveling in North Carolina, according to deputies. They got a call to be on the lookout for an inmate transport van traveling on I-40 in North Carolina. The caller was the owner of the inmate transport company and reported the driver was off course and refusing to return the van. Joshua James Pinquet, by the way, if your middle name gets mentioned, you're usually in trouble, had 4 inmates in the locked cargo area. The van, another employee was traveling in the van and texting the transport company owner. Pinquet told the owner he was quitting his job in the middle of the trip and refused to stop at the intended destination for the prisoners. "I quit!" What about the prisoners? That's up to you. Deputies stopped the van on I-40 and learned that he was supposed to stop at a station in Hickory with the inmates, but refused. 5 counts of felony second-degree kidnapping and felony larceny by an employee. Larceny.
Wow.
Yep. And here's the last one. Oh, wait, I got one more Florida. You want Florida man or you want somebody who overreacted to not sharing?
Florida man.
Florida man.
No, you missed out. This is interesting. Some people collect shells, other antiques. A Florida man is collecting his favorite movie on VHS. You know, Titanic is best on VHS, says this man. He is trying to collect 1 million copies. He says, "I'm trying to get to 1 million. We have 2,467 right now, so we are so close to that 1 million. Florida man. Florida man commits crimes. Florida man collects weird things. Florida man quits job in the middle of the day. Florida man does not do math very well.
Florida man is every man.
Yeah, okay.
You remember when DVDs first came out, and if it was a long movie, you'd have to flip the DVD sometimes?
I never had to do that. I don't remember that.
I had Goodfellas on DVD, and I had to do that.
I remember getting a CD the first time and how mind-blowing it was because you could just get to the track you wanted. My dad was the first person I ever knew that had he had a Honda, and it had a tape cassette player where you could hit advance and it would advance to the next song. And I was like, that is wild. And then when the CDs hit, bro, it was mind-blowing.
I just remember the DVDs that would have widescreen and
yep.
standard screen on either side of them.
I remember Beta back in my day, boys.
Laserdisc.
We were reel-to-reel when I was a kid.
What's
I used
Beta?
to watch Disney movies on reel-to-reel when I was a child. True story. Oaklawn Anywhere, that's how you wager on races. John, you going to make it down to Oaklawn this year? We're going to do it. We can do
Derby Day?
Derby Day again?
Yeah.
You going to get a new funny hat?
Yeah, even though you forgot about the last 2. That we went
I
to,
did,
so,
but I remembered them now.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Blame it on the Tito's tent. Anyway, they got the Advent Stakes tomorrow for 2-year-olds. You can bet at bet.oaklawn.com. That is the Oaklawn Anywhere website. And new members can still earn a sign-up bonus of $150. So get down there and join us. Also, we'll be visiting with Lange tomorrow. Wayne Smith, the GM, will join us. Nancy, I think, is going to stop by. We may get to talk to her paddock mate, the new addition down there. And right off the top, we're going to talk to Matt Dinerman.
The track announcer.
The new track announcer at Oaklawn. John, talk to me about Out of Bounds today. I'll be tuned in. So what's up?
Well, today we're going to have actually Travis Swanson, former Razorback, joining us because he's someone who, of course, knows a little bit more about Petrino and also a little bit about Eric Mateos, who's the new offensive line coach. So he'll be joining us, so we'll have him on. We're also going to have Dudley Dawson on, talk a little bit more about the transfer portal and recruiting and everything. And also Bobby Regan talk a little bit about basketball and college basketball, because there's been a lot of, in fact, more so upsets, if you want to call them that, here in the non-conference slate than there has been in previous years. So we're going to talk about why that is, if it's just more of an anomaly or if it's more of something that's actually going on in college basketball. So talk about that.
Yep. Around tournament time, a lot of times we talk about these smaller schools that have seniors and they're more mature and more cohesive. And with the age of the portal, you got to think that's probably even exacerbated. So from the previous years, we'll see if that's the case. I can't wait to see what he says about that. Stay tuned. Out of Bounds coming up next. Chris, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Go see our friends at Rock and Roll Sushi in North Little Rock soon.
Jackalope Cycling is passionate about the Arkansas outdoors. To help you enjoy this beautiful state, Jackalope offers an array of bike